You ready?
Yeah, we're trying. Hey, woo! This has been a night of nights, but we are here. I am Ji.
Got Jake.
This is,
Your boy Richie Rich in the building.
and on the screen we have sophisticated Grizzly and Bass, and we want to welcome you to the Grown Man Click podcast. What's up,
Hey,
everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
what's happening?
Hey,
What's going
All
on,
right, all
folks?
right.
Chilling. How's y'all Monday?
First thing, my brothers
Uh,
is they need the keys to drive, and this is what happened. So guess what that means? Do not give me the keys to the car.
But you know what?
No.
Come on, let's change
Hey,
seats.
Don't give me the keys to the car
Come
because
on.
we might crash.
There we go.
I
But
feel like it's going well.
we need a drink. A drink. I'm gonna have to go over. I wasn't working to get
It
this
is
back up.
going
Let's get our
very
drink.
Oh! I'm always drinking. I'm good. While we have another moment here, I want to thank all of you. I had a particularly trying week last week, and I appreciate all the love and all the support, especially from you
Of course, I'm
Pump.
always there.
and you.
Shut
So,
up.
No, that's what friends do.
yeah,
That's what friends do.
So
Go
while
ahead.
you driving, I can this stuff. Why makes coming trains?
yep. Want to welcome Grizz, Bass, Go,
You.
and this week, because they gave me the keys, I date, and it's trash out here, and I want to know why.
Why?
I don't even know whether live or not, though.
Nah, we live.
Are we?
Yeah, we're live.
We definitely live.
Yeah.
I don't know the password.
It's trash out here.
How trash is it? Well, how trash is it?
Man, we don't even want to talk about how trash it is. Yeah, actually, we do want to talk about how trash it is.
what do you mean when you
some
talking about trash?
Mm.
'cause
What are you talking about when you say just trash?
I was out the
here?
game. I was out the game for 20 years. I came back. And I'm talking about people. I'm talking about expectations. I'm talking about basic communication skills. I'm talking again.
I know my communication. I can't even say
Yeah,
the word.
exactly. Yeah, you
What-
just proved my point.
I know I can't even say the word.
I think that for me, even though I'm not in the relationship game as far as out here looking and haven't been for a long time, I think that just interpersonal skills and dealing with people face to face has become trying. Just
Right.
working with someone face to face and just try. I mean, we've got become such a guarded society on what you can and cannot say to someone anymore. I mean, like
Right.
it sort of makes it harder to be communicative. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the
Oh
touchy
yeah.
feely stuff is out of control. It's off the
Yes.
meter, man.
What do you mean by
It's soft. Everybody's soft.
I mean, if I tell you that I your beard,
Mhm.
you gonna have a problem with me saying that I don't like your beard, and then you're gonna go out on social media, and then you're gonna get this whole brigade after me, and it's gonna be Beard Lives Matter and the whole it's
Beard
like
Lives Matter.
insane.
Well, you should, brother, because this beard is amazing. Okay, this beard is amazing.
What's up, Van? Good to see you.
What's good,
Hey,
people?
hey,
Hey,
y'all like the
ladies.
way
Can
I
you
got
hear
him talking about something other than his knees, right?
Oh, yeah. You can't say you don't like
I
these
agree.
knees, man. Pause, but
Cha-cha.
these joints. Yours is beautiful. God.
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Sha? Yeah, but I mean, like, I just think that one, yeah, the conditions
I'm
of
on the
communication
phone.
have been made harder because people are way too sensitive.
Exactly.
What do y'all mean by sensitive though? Like, let's break that word now.
Punk ass.
Right?
They punk ass.
I mean, y'all
Because
break
there's a difference. There's a difference.
They punk
Come on,
ass.
Grizz.
Yeah.
Come on, Grizz.
There's a difference being rude.
Well,
and
look.
sensitive. Being
No,
rude is just
they,
rude.
hey,
Like,
Rich,
you
you
go on a
already
date.
know.
If you go on a date and you just don't like a
Nah,
person,
let Grizz talk.
We're still good.
Rich, they punk
go ahead.
asses. They are punk asses. They soft little suckers. You can't say nothing to
Yes.
them.
I just want to know.
Say to them,
I just want to know. Let's
well,
talk about it. What makes them a
because
punk ass?
these little guys out here nowadays, you say something to them and their coochie hurts. You can't say nothing to nobody, and then say something to the girls. Everything is
Elaborate on that.
everything is you being misogynist, and half of them can't even spell a damn word.
I don't think
Half of them think misogynist is a masseuse. And you already know that.
Exactly.
So you already know that
I'm
most of these people out here punks and soft, man. They punks and soft. You can't talk to them, and if you try to talk to them real, and
I'm a relationship type guy.
Huh? What
I said I'm a relationship type guy. So like when it comes to dating for me, I kind of just try to go. I don't want to force nothing. Say with this
On one night, and y'all know we usually have a internet over here, so we're trying to make it through. But I think the biggest thing with what just like right now with Grizz came forward and said it just like it is. People too fucking sensitive in the ass about what you say and how you say it. And I'm not just saying. I mean, you may be trying to just give somebody a straight up compliment. What you mean by that?
Well, that's definitely miscommunication.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Miscommunication. That's not sensitive, though.
Yeah, that's sensitive.
Only a miscommunication.
Oh.
If I have to over explain a compliment, that's not miscommunication. You're a punk ass. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I'm not
just saying it. Do y'all do it with a smile? Like, damn, baby, your eyelashes ain't hitting tonight. Just smile to it.
I mean, you saying it nicer than I would. I'm like, you'll take them damn spiders off your face. Look like something crawling out your face. Like something crawling out your damn eyes.
Oh man, when the last time you went dating?
For me?
Was last time I was on a date?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's asking me.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely pre-COVID. And
last time you went on a date was pre-COVID?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So, Van, what do you think about the dating situation out here? You're a single gentleman.
The dating situation it's strange. I mean, I guess the reason why it's strange is because the expectations of people seem to be a little bit more what they want versus what the other person wants. And I guess people don't know how to compromise on things anymore. Like I've been told that a lot of people don't even want to like date or hang out with me because I'm around a lot of models all the time. And I'm like, so that's your insecurity. That's got nothing to do with me. Like, I don't. So it's hard because it's like, who do you like in my situation, like who would you hang around if that's the normal response that you get is you already know too many people? It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
That sounds real dumb.
Yeah, that sounds like a them problem, and that
you're a clothing designer.
That's your business. Yeah, you're going to be around models.
Yeah, because your clothing is mostly for
Right, and
female,
and a lot of people
and
don't
that's part of your
understand that.
income. And if they want to be taken out to,
A lot of
if
people
they
don't
want to
even
be taken
understand that.
out, and then them titties you looking at is how
Yeah,
you designing the money.
I'm not even gonna call any names, but my ex-wife actually
And one
used to
thing
do
that
the same thing.
about we
And
as photographers, to a certain extent, we get
yeah, but my ex-wife, she used to do the same thing, and we actually knew the same people. Like a lot of the models go by their nicknames,
Right.
and I called one of the models by her nicknames, and my ex-wife actually worked with her too, and she actually got mad and cussed out the model that she worked with that I said that she could work with. So everybody was confused. Like the model's husband called me up and was like, "Hey, what's up with her? Like you came out to our place after everything was done, but why is she like harassing us?" It's like I have no idea.
Well, that's
So
what ex-wife now, right?
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
No, that whole situation was weird, and there were plenty of
Are we in pause
situations.
again?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody froze.
Huh? No, I
Everybody.
think we're still live.
Can y'all see this?
This is so weird.
It's
Like,
a little
I mean,
choppy, but it's a little
now
choppy,
I
but
know
we
what it
still
feels
see you.
like to go through these technical difficulties, and it's really hard because I thought this was going to be an easy night with a great subject, and the computer's acting like
But you know what I always say.
it doesn't want to
Yeah.
communicate.
Well, it's crazy now because now y'all are clear as
What?
hell. Now that you're talking about how bad it is, that's crazy as shit.
Oh, they heard that.
Oh,
Oh
part.
yeah,
it's
like it's real mad, and I've always
It's
tried to
clear?
make
Their computer
it
must
a
be a
point.
woman. Their computer must be a female. She just wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy.
You got to be kidding, because y'all even sound better.
She don't know what she wants.
Yeah.
Oh
working
my
now.
gosh. Well, guess what? Now we can actually do our. Can we toast now?
Hey, yo, let's start over.
Can we toast now? We're going to start this
There
thing
we
over.
go.
Welcome to the Grown Man Clique podcast, relationship. What you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm Jay. This is
Scott.
and over there is,
I'm Rich in the building, baby.
and on the screen we have our man dearest Teddy. We have Miss Marcy, and we have boy from another
There we go.
grandmother van.
Well, why is it freezing up on Van?
Now it's chopping again.
You know what, Van? That's your ex-wife doing that, man. She
Right.
freezing up there.
Yep.
She freezing up their internet.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past her. She's just as bad as Carol Baskins.
This bullshit, Alardo. All I said was give T some syrup.
I wouldn't put it past it. My ex-wife
This
is
is
just as
crazy.
bad as Carol Baskins.
Congratulations,
Oh
y'all
my
are part
God,
of history. This is the first.
Anybody
The
bad as
first and the
her?
last time Scott T will have the keys to the truck.
No,
No, you're not getting out of that.
Doing
You're not getting out of that.
Right, strap in. Yeah, I got an easy pass, but it's on a whole nother level.
Strap in, but don't strap on.
Hey,
What?
no, definitely not. No, we don't
What
do
the
that
heck?
here.
Right?
We don't do that over here.
Oh man, I'm curious why we trying to figure this out. Like, I want to hear some of y'all weirdest dates. Anybody had a weird date?
Oh
I
Lord,
had one about 2 weeks ago.
I told y'all about mine.
Who did?
Marcy.
Oh, that's right, Marcy. Tell me
I
about
had
your
one
date
about
with
2
Base.
weeks ago. I'm 2 weeks ago. I'm just really trying to
Go
get
ahead,
out
Marcy.
into the dating
Floor is
scene. I was
yours.
like, let me try to date an older guy, right? And he's not even really that old. But I swear he acted so damn old. He was just everything he talked about was his cousins and them and their ailments and so like he called me like 2 days ago and I was like, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm on the way to the pharmacy, get my prescription. Everything was just yeah. Communication is just horrible. You
Oh
guys
my
are right.
God.
It's not just with the women; it's with the men too.
No, his communications is Metamucil.
Why is everything stopping? I can't hear anything. Are we even on?
Yeah, we're on.
We
Can
got
you
it.
hear us?
Yeah, we can hear y'all.
We just
Y'all, the
going through
camera's off.
some.
We can,
The camera
We
went down,
know.
but I can still hear you.
Yeah, we
Um,
trying to fix this.
We're working
yeah,
it
Marcel,
out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry you got with Grady from from
that's
Sanford.
Grady would have been more fun. Yeah,
Dang.
I gotta
Okay.
go
So
and get my knee checked out and just all kind of stuff. I was like, okay, no, this ain't gonna work.
are we a
Man.
little bit better now? Is the leg
Yeah.
gone? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just getting rid of stuff right now.
It
I,
look
I,
like we good on YouTube.
it looks like we good on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
I
some
just
side.
whoa. What was that?
Y'all on time now.
Huh?
We
And
on
the
time
picture
now. We
too.
trying. It's
Yeah, the
good.
picture
Better.
too. Yeah.
Okay. And we can hear y'all. So
Yeah.
I mean, we had all this good we wanted to share with y'all today
Oh,
too.
we was ready to go.
We was ready for y'all, and it's like
Whatever.
everything's working against us. I mean, we were testing and getting it all clear because we had some really good concise ideas that we wanted to bring to the table, and it's just not letting us do it. But one of the videos that can you why don't you all explain the video, because you shared the video with Scott.
Right.
It was from a movie, but the video, what was it talking about?
All right. So basically, what's the name of that movie? What is Love? Anybody seen that movie?
What is love?
I was
No.
wondering what that movie was.
With Kubi getting Jr. I'm gonna try to play it through the speakers. I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Yo,
I'm gonna
make
try to
sure you
play it. So if y'all can listen, if
we
y'all
can
can
listen.
listen.
Yeah. But don't show it on screen because they'll cut your podcast off.
Put together. Here we go. I know what they say about me. I know what they say about guys like me. They say that we're pigs, right? That we're dogs.
In your defense, they don't exclude. I've been married for 5 years, and my wife still says.
Well, that's right. They don't exclude. They say all men are pigs. All men are dogs. All men are scum. And they talk their little asses off about what monsters we are. But they don't understand that they're the very ones that created the Frankensteins they abhor. Laugh all you want, but I'm serious. Every womanizer, every player, every guy juggling 3 broads at the same time is only doing so out of fear. Fear of being crushed by a woman. Because one day, back in the day, they were not a player. They liked one girl, just one.
And they gave it up to her.
And they gave it up to her. That's right. They gave it up to her because they're little romantics back then. And they gave it up to the girl they loved. And what happened? They got rocked, or they got crushed, or they got destroyed, they got cheated on, or laughed at, something. And when they're finished picking up the little pieces of what was once their heart, you know what they said? Every single one of them made a vow.
Never to give it up again.
That's right, never to give it up again. Now we're talking about the real bastards here, the guys that break hearts occupationally. Because believe it or not, originally those cats were the most beautiful and the most romantic of all. And you know what happened? They're the ones that got hurt worse than you know, God, no! You never get over it. Yes,
Right.
you recover, but you never get over it. And what happened? When they all recovered, you know what they all said? They all said, oh, hey, I see, all right. That's how it's going to be. I can play that way too. So you see that we are all responsible for the cycle, the vicious circle. So you're saying you're afraid? Absolutely. But you don't think I got feelings?
Yeah.
So could y'all hear that?
Yeah.
What I said. I want to
Yeah,
just
I actually got the video. I have the video. So I
Right.
I know what you're talking about. And he's true, 1000% true. Everything he said.
I agree with him too.
Yep.
And most everything is mostly created by our circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
what we've gone through perpetuates the cycle, in which makes it a toxic relationship, makes a toxic person, because
Right.
you're so bitter and after being used and abused that the only way you can seem to cope with it or manifest anything else is to live in the bitterness.
Right.
And
Right.
let's not miss for me the most important part was So what you're saying is you're afraid, and he said
Yes,
yes.
you're afraid. You're afraid to go back out there and be vulnerable again and give your heart and give your love because of the way it was treated when you did. And that made you bitter. And then that gave you, and that goes back to what I say all the time, the cycle of stupidity.
Right.
That makes you go into a cycle of, I'm not going to get damaged anymore. I'm not going to get hurt anymore. So I'm going to make bad decision after bad decision thinking that's going to help me to get better by treating like saying I'm not going to get close to this woman anymore. I'm just going
Absolutely.
to get what I can from them. And when you get into that mode, when you're just like trying to get something and not trying to grow or learn or bring a relationship together, that's when you have the issues. That's when you have the problems.
We are who we are because of what had happened to us. The person we are today is from what had happened to us in the past. And like he said, you can recover, but you never get over it.
Right.
You will never get over it. 100%.
I still remember driving out to Hood College and getting my heart hurt. That was what, 40 plus years ago almost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. I remember, and scrape. Look, didn't need a car. I lived in Baltimore, so in certain ways, when you living in metropolitan area, you can live your life without a car.
Right.
So the buses, cabs, hacks, friends with cars. That was my favorite. But
Right.
we didn't actually do the same things that we do now. So back then, I didn't need a car wrapped around a finger to the point where I went out and bought a car that I didn't need just to go up there and drive in to a situation where she was banging everybody but the bartender.
Still on?
Because the bartender.
Everything from
Oh, there we go.
Okay, you're in
No,
love.
no, no, no. His nose
Oh
wide
yeah,
open.
I'm all in it.
But I don't like to classify shit for people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to classify what you're
Uh,
in. So
uh,
what I'm saying is that you two are in that market of
Yeah, I've actually met a couple of people that just completely avoid relationships now
Mm-hmm.
because of how bad they were hurt. Like they don't even try. Like it's cool to get together and hang out and just kick it or whatever.
Right.
But as far as a relationship, it's like don't even bother asking because it's like
Oh yeah.
nah.
Yeah, man. I know a couple of people like that too. Believe it or not, before I got with my lady, I was there. I was on my way there. I was on my way to. I was about to be a old hoe. Like I was gonna be a 50-year-old hoe, and I didn't give a damn because at this point I wasn't gonna waste my time in trying to be in another relationship that basically takes a lot from you and didn't give much back. You know what I
right.
mean?
Right.
And it's one of those situations where, and this is not a shot out. This is not a shot to the woman either, because most of the time when relationships don't work, both people did something that made it not work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
so I'm not excluding myself from what happened in the last relationship I was in that made it not work. But I was tired at that point. I was at that point. I was just like, look, it's too much work. I'm getting too damn old for it. I'm putting too much time and attention and effort into it. It shouldn't be this goddamn hard. I'm just gonna say the hell with it. I'm just going to do what I do, move how I move, and anybody got a problem with it, they can exit stage left. I'm good with it.
Right.
And that's where it was, because it's too much. Like when getting with the wrong person at the wrong time getting with the wrong person at the right time it's just too much. It's too much. It's like trying to you like each other in the beginning, but that's literally like it's almost like a cosmetic thing. You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly.
or even getting connected or caught up into somebody's avatar where they're not really being the full version of who they are. And then
Right.
you start later on, they start revealing more and more the full version of who they are, and you feel like you've been lied to because
Yes.
it's just like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? Because I don't know who this person is. This is not who I was. Well, you go, and then there's the whole thought process, and this is men and women that share this thought process. You're gonna have to accept me for who I am.
I
No,
am.
that ain't who you are. That's what you became.
Right.
Because
Right.
if that was who
Right.
you were when I first walked in the door, oh hell no, we wouldn't even been having a conversation.
Right.
Right.
So
Which,
you
which,
know that
which
you
is the
changed.
problem. Which is the problem with misrepresenting yourself from the beginning. Because if that's who you were from the beginning, I should have seen the same energy from the gate. Therefore, I wouldn't have the vantage point that I'm seeing a different person.
Yeah,
I also think that
Mhm.
there's this lack of accepting your shortcomings.
right.
It's a lack of people who say they can't apologize for what they've done. They can only say, yeah, I such and such happened, but it was because of.
And that's
Like, it's not
Yeah.
I'm the catalyst. I'm the person that initiated this. I'm wrong, but I'm gonna give you everything, but I'm wrong. I'm gonna tell you the moon was broken. I'm gonna tell you the sun rained. I'm gonna tell you the dog meowed and the cat barked, but I'm not gonna say it was because I did it all.
Right.
no.
Y'all know what that's called?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No
That's the
accountability.
word of the year.
Yeah.
That's the word of
Denial.
gaslight.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
It's called
Gaslighting.
gaslight.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually the
I
first
The
key
word
to a
of
narcissist.
2022.
I mean,
They blame
having
everybody else except for themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
That's the first key to
And
actually being a narcissist.
Yeah. And the thing
come on
about it
now.
is, and you
And
start,
I get fed
remembering,
up with that quicker than anything else.
Or
yeah, and you
apologize and then
start,
tell them you get over it.
No,
yeah,
they don't apologize. That's the whole idea
Oh,
because
it's
they'll
some
say,
it's some that apologize and be like, all right, get over it. I said I'm sorry.
Right.
All right, what the fuck that mean?
Yeah.
oh, when
Exactly.
they want you,
That's a
when
band
they
aid.
want you
right.
to,
Or you
Band
do
aid.
an
Go ahead,
apology
throw
with
that.
the butt.
yeah, they want you to heal
You
on their
think it's a
time.
fixer and it's just an elixir.
It's not. Yeah, I just
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's like back in the day, you could get ointment or you could get salve. Guess what? They were the same damn thing. They just put them in a different can,
Right.
but
Exactly.
it still didn't fix anything.
Right.
All it
Yeah,
did was what? Cover it up.
yeah,
And that's
and
what
it's
they
one of
do. They
those.
cover up their negative or they cover up their guilt with excuses of why they are guilty. They're guilty because of, not because they did it.
Yeah, like they can't
Damaged.
point
They're
to
damaged.
their part in it. And that's the problem. That's why they continuously go through cycle and cycle of damaging other people, and in turn damaging themselves because they can't look in the mirror and see where they were the problem. They're always the victim.
Right.
And if
Right.
all you ever are is the victim and everybody else is wrong, at some point the person in the mirror has to be real with themselves and just be like, look,
Exactly.
Yeah.
uh, all I can see is what they did to me, but I never even thought about what I did to cause them.
Of course they
And that's
don't,
what,
because that you got the FNF
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
They want, you've got the I mean, not I mean, we talk about it like it's her fault, but I mean, you have the Cardi B's, you got the Megans. So a lot of the rhetoric that they're saying is get yours because they go and try to get theirs.
good.
And that's not how relationships are built. Relationships aren't built on give me, I give you. They're built on I give you my heart, you give me your heart, and we work through things together.
and they
All the
lie,
other peripheral stuff.
and they
Huh?
lie. They don't live their life like that. They lie
Oh
to
yeah, of
you
course they don't.
so
They don't.
you.
They don't.
But if you
They
see
not
Cardi
real.
B with her man, she in the house sweeping, she in the house cooking shit, she doing all of the traditional stuff that she's telling you not to do because she's gonna get her money from you. She's gonna
They
make
Right.
are.
all that
They are.
shit sound wonderful and
They are
good.
putting. They are putting out. They are writing, and they are producing a message that's going to get them paid.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
all.
That's the
Hmm.
way it's always been.
But you
Yep,
know what's kind
that's
of
very
funny
true. And a lot of
I
back
people
was
in
gonna
and
the
a
say
lot
that
of
but
people
we
follow
did it.
that.
Right.
I know.
We did it.
but it started with like for me the whole start. I mean, back in the day, you had no romance without finance.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Got you.
You know,
Right.
gotta have a job if you want to be with me. Then you moved up to the middle of the pack, and it was
I'm searching for a new
new
love.
love. I'm searching for a new love. Then after that, it was
What have you done for me lately?
Janet Jackson, and then
Mhm.
after that, it
And
was
then Janet turned into Britney. And I mean,
Yeah.
basically, they perpetuated the same message.
and but you're missing one big change. TLC and Destiny's Child.
Oh, don't forget
Right.
In Vogue.
No,
Remember, In
well,
Vogue
No
started off with
scrubs.
was
yeah.
Hold On to Your Love, and then they
Well,
switched to
that was
Never
all the
Forget
same
It.
Right.
genre. They were
Right.
all in the
Yeah,
same era. In
yeah.
Vogue,
Hold on. I'm gonna push
they were
back.
just R&B.
I'm gonna push back just a little
Push
bit.
back on what?
I can't give scrubs. I can't give scrubs. I can't do scrubs.
What do you mean?
Like if you're a scrub, nigga, you don't need no pussy. I'm sorry.
But
Like
but but
if you can't just be a man for yourself, mm,
True.
uh,
No. Facts.
Well,
I,
see,
you
I,
that's
don't
the
I
need it.
thing.
Yeah,
You can
that's
put that out
valid.
there, but if you don't classify what a scrub is, a girl literally
right.
sits there and think that every guy that ain't driving a certain kind of car is a scrub. The problem is
everybody
some of them
that's in the
guys decided
passenger
to
seat
drive
is a
a
scrub.
car. Yeah,
I
they
mean,
think because you sitting over the passenger seat, you're a scrub. Your boy could be dropping you off to your car, so you probably just missed your husband. But they're not even. They're
Me and
not even.
Scott was driving each other around with each other on
yeah,
Saturday.
but y'all
Guess
not y'all not classified that. When she was talking, I was like, if you don't take care of your kids, like they had a list of what made you a scrub.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
the whole idea is that
They had
genre,
a
the
list.
music, the energy of the music
Right.
changed the message to women to men.
Yeah. I give y'all
and
this
let's
much.
not forget, can you pay my bills?
Right. But what
I
I'm
give y'all that one.
but no, I'm not it's not
Yeah.
just the song, it's the energy behind it and how
Yeah,
people
yeah.
interpret it. You sat and listened to the lyrics. Some people just gonna be like, you just a scrub. You
Most
and
Oh, yeah.
you know
Right.
a lot of them.
most people
They just
are,
yeah.
and that continued the cycle of stupidity that he talked
Yeah,
about.
just like when
I'm an
in the
asshole. I'm gonna
clip
use the
you
lyrics.
played,
Right.
it said
You
there is a
always an asshole.
generalization. It's all men. It's never just some of the men that I know who treated me like this. It's a generalization that all of the men were like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
she
you
even
say
said
I
her
don't want no
husband was like
scrub,
that.
huh?
She even said her husband was no good.
Yeah,
And my thing about it is so what does that make you?
Right.
a no
And if
good
you
chaser.
and think about it, when women out here say all men are trash, at what point do you stop being a damn dumpster?
And the crazy thing is, I just saw a clip not too long ago of an old show that Kevin Samuels had done a couple of years ago, where
Right.
he asked a woman the exact same thing. He's like, "Okay, what's your situation?" Blah 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 blah. She had 2 kids. She was divorced, and the man she was divorced from wasn't the father of the 2 kids that she had. And he's like, "Wait a minute, the math ain't mathing because the age of the kids versus when you got divorced, and this ain't the same man." I'm going to stop you right there because when are you going to take accountability for the fact that you are dealing with men who, why did you break up? Oh, one beat me and one's in jail. So guess what? It's the cycle continues. Basically, at some point, somebody's got to stand up and
Mhm.
say, we need to stop this and do something different.
Well,
Exactly.
to be honest, is also the fact that I know, and I've got to go to Marcy because she is our lovely woman on the panel. I mean, how many times looking at I know I probably know a few of your friends that you actually hang out with from being on the podcast and knowing some of the people you associate with, but how many of your associates over the years actually went away from what they were always attracted to and just looked for a good man and didn't look for a type of man. You know what I mean? Like don't just look for they're looking for a certain type of man. I'm muted right now too. But they're looking for a type of man instead of looking for a good man or just allowing something to happen naturally to in meeting someone.
I need a nigga to
Yeah,
put a gun on
I know
my
exactly what you mean. I have a few friends like that who get stuck in a rut. They want different, but for some reason they don't go for different. They just get stuck in a rut, and I don't know if they get afraid, to go beyond the boundaries that they're used to, or if they think they're not worthy of going above a level that they're used to dating. You know, I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, I have many friends who do that, just get stuck in a rut and date the same type of person over and over again, and it doesn't work. And
Pattern
they're
of
looking
stupidity.
for, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I mean,
And the list of things that they're,
go ahead.
when you reach a certain age, you want to look for different things in a partner. It's not about what kind of car he drives, or you know his beard, or his or the way he.
Hey, hey now. Hey now.
Here we go.
I don't. I mean, but see, that's the whole
Wife to his
idea.
partner.
You said the beard. They're joking about the beard, but the whole
They
idea
really
is.
ain't joking.
Yours
But
don't
I
even
know
have no salt in your beard yet. You just got pepper, so yours don't even count.
Ah,
I like the pepper though. I keep it spicy.
anyway.
I do too.
But that's what I've been saying and trying to get people to understand is that even I'm thinking because I'm hi Sheila, I know you out there somewhere, so don't take this the wrong way. But when I was in college, the women that I was most attracted to were the taller, thinner, basketball playing girls who were on the basketball team at the institution which I attended, and I loved them. Which means, like when Marcy walked in the door, I was like, okay, yeah, tall girl, I loved it. But if anybody knows what my sugar dumpling looked like, she ain't a basketball player. She would have probably been able to play softball, but guess what? She ran track. So she wasn't tall, she wasn't lean, she was skinny and she was short and she was not anything that I was looking for. But I gotta put this comment up right here so
That's
y'all can
that's
see
that's
this.
that's
oh yeah. For
that's
Most
real,
big.
women don't
That's big bro right there.
date real men
because
because accountability becomes I
I
don't
don't want
want
to
to
be
be
controlled.
controlled.
Come on, Rod.
That's
Come
strong.
on, Rod.
Right,
That's strong.
right.
Man,
Well, hold up, hold up, hold up,
But
hold up, hold up. Let's take a short intermission
Yeah,
because this
yeah.
means
But
something
why
to
would I
me.
want to be controlled?
Christy Alley just passed. That's
Kirstie Alley
yeah.
From Cheers.
from
And
Cheers?
look
Yeah.
who's talking.
Oh,
She just
wow.
died.
Who?
when like
Yeah,
just now,
she's been
like today.
yes, man. I just got it.
Sitting
71.
in CNN.
Wow.
She just passed.
Damn.
Oh,
That's
she's
crazy.
71.
So
Wow.
Kirstie Alley was 71.
Yeah,
That is
passed.
crazy. But
I didn't think
once
she was that
again,
That
old.
is
on
crazy.
we have on the Grown Man podcast, we have been on the air when some really prominent people in the world have passed away. That's
Wow.
crazy. Breaking news right here on
Absolutely.
the on the Grown Man Click podcast is oh my gosh. Kirstie Alley from the Cheers and Veronica's Closet star passed away at 71.
And look who's talking.
Wow.
Right.
Let's not forget look who's talking.
Look who's talking was
Yeah.
Come on, move.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
back to my man Rob's
Sit, Ubu,
comment.
sit. Good dog.
Back to my man Rob's
Right on
comment.
time. But yeah, and that's another thing. It's like because people I mean being married as long as I've been married, people think that that it's this dichotomy or this thing where you're in a shared relationship with someone and y'all make decisions based on what you both want. And that works to a certain extent, but somebody has to be the head of the household.
Right.
And that's
Right.
me in our relationship. And I take pride in that because my mom was the head of the household when I was growing up and my father wasn't present. So for me, it was important for me to instill those values in my son and my daughter to expect a man to be there, to be present. Like, don't just be there, sit on the couch, watch them walk by, go into their bedroom to do their homework. Don't watch them go into their games. Be there. Take them to school. Take them to their games. Be there and going to the teachers' classrooms when they have PTA meetings. Being in the PTA.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had a job where I was working mostly nights, so I was the driver parent. I was the one driving them to school. And then as things shifted later on, when my kids got to be in teen ages, it shifted to where I was working more days. And my wife ended up being the shuffler because their events and everything started happening more later in the evening in high school. So she took care of it there. But I was always present. I was going to be there.
I was about to say that expect that expectation that you set was based in accountability.
Right.
You were accountable, you were present, and that's an element
And they'll let you lead.
that's an element that's missing from everyone across the board. That's the reason why we see so much disparity, because no one trusts anyone to be there and to say and do what they say they're going to do.
Hey, what's up, realistic vibes?
Or
But the, the whole idea
or
is
they
that
can get scared. Like for
Right.
example, my ex-wife was actually scared of that. She wasn't used to men actually caring for their kids, and
Hmm.
she thought that I was lying to her when I said I had custody of my oldest son. And she was like, "Well, when is his mom gonna call? When is this gonna happen? Is she gonna come to the school?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I mean, I make sure that they send her letters for, like his grades and everything. I made sure she got all that, but she wasn't there for him." So, on the other hand, when you stand up like that, they're afraid of you because they're like, "Well, what did he do so bad that now this woman won't even talk to her kid?" Because that's not a usual thing where, moms and stuff just walk away from their kids like that.
Right.
So, even when you're doing the right thing, it still looks bad to
Yeah.
them for some reason. And it's like, that's not even how it went down.
It's like
So
it's got
even doing the right thing can come off like, well, you must have done something so bad for her not to even want to communicate, blah, 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 blah. And then when
Right.
you think about it, when it comes to men, a lot of women out here don't even seem to understand that a lot of men kind of separate themselves from the kids because they don't want to deal with that woman. It really doesn't have anything to do with the kid.
Right.
Like if every time you go to pick up your kid, she's in your face yelling at you about something or screaming at you about something, you don't
I would
really
stop
want to
picking
deal
I
with
would
all
stop
that.
picking up a kid. Exactly.
yeah. It's
and
like
So you got a lot of people out here that are missing out on stuff just because of the other person.
yeah. And you be
so
like, well,
there's
you know, you need to deal with this. And my thing is like, honestly, at this point, I just want to deal with my child. I shouldn't have to come and fight you every time I want to be a good father.
Exactly.
Be the fight. Me and you got issues. That's fine. I got an issue with you. You got an issue with me. Whatever the hell it is. But the issue should not be trying to hurt me or prevent me from being a father to my child, and then telling my child that I ain't no good because I don't want to deal with your shit.
Right.
Right.
That's not.
Eventually they'll find out.
Yeah.
They will find out.
But then that's
but
years
isn't
down
that
the
sort of
road.
like
Go
that's
ahead.
the main issue right there, is that maybe they see the good in you, and it makes them wish that they still had some type of relationship with you, and the only way that they can deal with it is to find the negative in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'm sorry, and I'm telling you, I mean, and we have a woman on the
I think
panel, so I hope that,
well I
tell me
think
if
that
I'm
I
wrong,
think
Marcy. But wait a minute, listen to this right quick. But women are infamous for giving you a accolade and a shot in the neck at the same time. That, oh my God, her hair is perfect. Look at her hair, but them shoes is messed up as shit. I wouldn't have wore them with that outfit. Oh my gosh, look at that man. Oh my God, his beard is so neat, but why did he do that to his nose? Why does he have
I
a
think I
nose
had
ring? They
I think I
will
had one
find
honest
something.
answer. I think I had
I was
one
confused
honest
in that
answer
part.
from a girl one time, probably, oh God, probably like 2003, maybe. Um, she said
I
that
was
she
13.
didn't want to date me because she was afraid that she would hurt me because of the stuff that she had gone through. Like she was the one that was used to being yelled at, used to being treated
Damaged.
badly, used to being, and she was like, I don't know how to deal with being in a good relationship. So before I hurt you, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk away.
So
That was
damaged,
probably the most
damaged Debbie.
honest answer I got from
I was about
anybody.
I was about to say I respect that because at least you're taking accountability for your own shit and like, okay, yeah, no, I'm a bow out because
Yeah,
I'm fucked up.
yeah,
I can
Right.
deal with that.
Yeah, that only happened one time, and I was
Oh
like, you
yeah,
know what? That's probably somebody that I could have dealt with
right.
because at least she knew who she was. She
And,
knew
and,
like
and
what
was
was
and
going
was
on.
willing to admit it and talk about it.
right,
Right.
exactly.
I'm in a different generation. I blame smart books.
What?
I blame smart books. Y'all know what that is?
No.
Little hood books, some little hood drama books. Yeah, I've been watching girls read that in school and shit.
Bro,
And they be trying to imitate those goddamn relationships. But like, that is not real life, baby.
bro.
Bro,
I
women
leave them
been
in the
reading
Ain't
page.
this
ain't
shit
ain't
since
ain't ain't, ain't nothing new about that. They call Harlequin romances when we were coming up. But guess what?
yeah,
It's the same shit.
That was porn
it's the
on
same
pages.
shit, bro.
Yeah, it's the same
We
shit.
was dealing with that. We was dealing with that shit back in the day. They called that
Yep.
Zane. It was Zane.
Same. Yeah.
Setting unrealistic expectations of life.
Yeah,
Yeah. And before that was soap operas. So guess
exactly.
what?
Hey, y'all leave my man Victor alone.
So I mean,
He's still alive?
I was
He's
raised
still
by my
alive.
grandmother.
If he's still alive, he's got to
Oh
be 90.
God.
so
Yo,
I'm a 90s baby. What you want me to say?
yo, Victor Newman is
Man.
135 years old, man.
He's still
Man.
making
For real.
kids.
Everybody
Who you
here knows
telling?
exactly who we talk about.
Damn, we
Shoot,
ran
his
him
social
off.
security number is 8.
What we say?
Yes.
gosh,
Oh,
Just 8.
shit.
That's
That's
it. He ain't got
crazy.
no other.
Right.
Man, we Shamar Moore moved off.
but
Oh yeah.
He got him out of there.
so I did have a comment or I did say something when I was posting about mixed signal Mondays. And I use that as sort of as a joke, but a lot of times there are a lot of mixed signals going out there.
Right.
Like these girls are definitely
Who
hold
is that?
on,
I'm sorry. I don't know who posted that.
but
Oh my God.
but
Yeah.
mixed signals are one of the biggest problems with relationships. You think that was my boy Corey. Corey is out there putting on the comments.
Oh, what's up,
But
Corey?
but the mixed signals where you go in and you think that you're developing a relationship and you think that you're actually making leeway in a relationship with someone. And I mean, this can be even in just a friendship
Right.
relationship,
Right.
but for some unknown reason they have a different idea of where or what that relationship is going to be, which
Right.
ends up in what we call the friend zone for a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? For me, I love being in the friend zone because that keep my wife from having to murder women. So I don't have a problem with the friend zone. Keep me right the fuck there because I'm not going to
I
go
was
into the. I'm not going to go into the what do you call it? The red zone.
And I don't have the pockets to be going down a central booking
Yeah, because
every
we don't
freaking
need
3
to be.
weeks, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
because
trying to do that.
Sheila will be in the bookings.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest
yeah.
with you, like
I'll
the
have a
moment
permanent
of
partner.
honesty. I'm gonna be honest
Huh?
with you, girls are quick to put you in the friend zone. The problem
Yep.
with guys is we don't put their asses there.
Oh,
And that's
they
where we
hate it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
that's where we mess up. See, when a woman puts me in the friend
Hold on,
zone,
guys definitely put women in the friend zone. It just
not
looks
like
a
that.
little different.
It's
It just looks a little different because we might still
it's
smash.
Yeah,
potential. You put women in the
We gonna still
friend zone.
smash.
No,
Yeah.
no, no,
You
no.
still, you're
It's
still
not
in
the
the friend
friend
zone.
zone. You
Hey,
put a
hey,
woman in the potential zone. There's a potential there, but at the
yeah,
moment we just cool. But a
exactly.
woman will
But
straight put you in a friend zone like that's just my boy. I'm not
Right.
thinking, blah 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 blah. Whatever. My thing about it is we don't give off that same friend zone energy that they do.
Nope.
Like
Yeah.
we call them, and try to prove our love, and they
Right.
like, oh well, I'll answer them when I feel like it. Well,
Mhm.
I figured out something not too long ago, and it was this girl I was calling. You know, this is after my second marriage or whatever. I got back out into the dating, hadn't done it for a while, and it was this girl I was calling. I was calling her, and every once in a while she would answer the damn phone. So after a while, I stopped calling, and I started noticing that her call started amping up a little bit. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So as I
right.
paid attention to, I really paid attention to how her call started to change and how the energy started to change. And she loved the chase, but she
Right.
wasn't willing to be caught.
Right. Right.
So when I made her chase, that excited her, which
Mm.
was the weirdest shit that I ever seen in my life. Because it's like, wait a minute, you want to chase? So believe it or not, I literally put her in the friend zone, like kept her in like this little pocket, and every time it was somebody that I would talk to, because like I said, if you my friend, I should be able to talk to you about anything. So I talked
Right.
to her about chicks that I was dating and all types of stuff or whatever, and I would always hear this, well, if you had the right woman and this, that, and the third, I'm
Yeah,
sitting there like,
right.
well,
Exactly.
I'm looking for, her. I'm looking for. Her. Well, she might be
Like,
right in
like,
front
like.
of me.
Guess what? Like, guess what, sweetheart? We wrote that chapter of the book. We know exactly what that is. How's it feel?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You
I'm
like it
be honest.
because your ass is sitting in that. You sitting in that chair now. You like how that chair feel? Because that's where
Hmm.
you be when you put a man over there. Explain right up front. Look, babe, this ain't happening. We friends. If you're just sticking around because you're expecting something to happen, you can just go on now.
Right.
And you'd be surprised how many fake asses will fall off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just
I'm be
let
honest.
them know.
Right.
But see, one of the
But
problems is,
All,
Grizz, one of the problems is like men will start in the friend zone and then they want to push
Get
it
out the friend
to
zone.
something
Yeah.
else.
They never wanted to
Yeah.
yeah,
be there in the first place.
they didn't. They didn't. That's
yeah,
why. That's
because
why I
it,
wanted to say this. Right. All
No,
my
I have plenty
platonic,
of friends
all my platonic female friends, I am not sexually attracted to. I'm attracted
Right,
to them as a person,
exactly.
but I'm not
right,
sexually attracted to them.
right,
but
I
right.
actually try to
that,
put my female friends on with my homeboys and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
I try
yeah.
to I
But
try to keep everything in family.
but the question is the messaging. What kind of messaging are you sending? And that goes back to the mixed signals that he talked about a couple minutes
Right,
ago.
because
If you're not sending the right message, I'm in the friend zone. I know that I'm in the friend zone, but if you haven't told me that I'm never getting out of the friend zone, I may not believe that.
I
Yeah,
think the hardest thing is that people think, and this is the problem, it's that candy ass pussy stuff we were talking about early.
Right.
right, right.
People are afraid to say exactly where
What?
and what they want from someone so that it ends all of the misnomers and all of the mixed signals. If you say I love you as a person, but I am never going to have a relationship physically or sexually with you, that's not where I want to be with you. We are friends and that's where we're going to stay. Are you good with that? I hope you are, because I want you to be a part of my life.
And I lived that life for 50 years. I just got to the point where I'm giving everybody my ass to kiss and telling them exactly what I think. I just got there within the last 12 months. So I know exactly what he's
Oh yeah,
talking about.
I mean,
I got
and
that
this,
this
I
year.
don't want to hurt your feelings,
Right.
so I'm just gonna keep stringing you along.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
be an
exactly.
adult. Be like
Yeah,
us, the name of this group. Be a grown man and tell them. If you're dealing with a grown man, he can accept that and be like, "Oh, girl, I'm good with that. We're
Yeah.
that's
friends.
what I'm
We'll
saying.
always be friends."
I'm pretty blunt
Now
about
here's
my
the
But
thing.
feelings.
then, but
What
then
I'll say
don't
is
Pretty
have,
this.
blunt about my feelings.
hold on, don't have free drinking Fridays where you think you're gonna call me up.
Yeah,
Right.
And because now your booski done left you, and now you done been out with the girls, and now your
Right.
clitoris is on fire, and you want to call
Right.
me because you know I'm at the house chilling. you want me because now I'm available. You know I'm there. Now you want to break the friend zone rule? No,
Yeah. And
I'm
here's the
good.
thing:
Keep
do not
driving on.
have your homeboy doing boyfriend shit, because that's gonna
Right,
mix him up.
Right.
right.
Understand that
That's
there's certain things
that's
that
the
your friend
problem.
should do and certain things that your boyfriend should do.
Right.
If you need a instruction manual, I'll write one up tonight and send it to all the ladies that don't understand what the shit is that's boyfriend shit. There's certain things
Have
that's
any of y'all have any of y'all seen that that little short clip on YouTube, the stay in your lane insurance?
no, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
Say it
y'all gotta
again.
check that out when y'all get a chance.
What
It's
is it?
funny, but it's accurate. It's called Stay in Your Lane Insurance.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
That's
y'all gotta
almost
check that one
like
out.
the guy with the
Nah.
fuck. See if you what is
I
it?
know what he's talking about. I seen
But
it.
you
I
see
seen
the
it.
what was that in the
Oh yeah, so if you
if,
What,
if
the
you fuck
dating
around this
matrix?
much, then this how much you're gonna find out.
yeah, if you fuck around
Yeah,
this much, this how much you're gonna find out.
right.
Fuck around and
Fuck
find
around
out.
a little bit, you might find out a little bit. But if you fuck around this much, this is how much you're gonna
that
find
was
out.
funny.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean,
But
and
yeah,
and
but it's
that's the
like that's
thing.
why I try to tell females, like when especially my female friends, like you can't have your homeboy doing boyfriend shit. Well, what's
No.
boyfriend shit? Okay, here's the thing. If you got him, if you dealing with a guy or you have sex with a dude, but the only person that you call to come over is to fix shit or handle certain businesses or hang around your kids and all this other shit. No,
It's
baby,
your
that's
homeboy.
boyfriend shit. That's
Right.
boyfriend shit. The man that you letting get in your guts, that should be the one doing all that other shit. I'm the one that you
Exactly.
call every once in a while when you just want to kick shit. But
Right.
I'm not the one that you call every time something go wrong. But then I'm getting all of this energy, and then of course sometimes some women can be really really affectionate, and then they laying on you and all this other type of shit. So now you're like, well, I thought we was just friends. What the fuck is going on here? Like and every time something go on, here you go calling me again. So then and ladies think that but I've heard this dumb shit. Well, if we go there, it'll ruin the friendship. Acting like we're friends and then having me do boyfriend shit is gonna ruin the friendship because I'm gonna get frustrated. I'm gonna get tired of dealing with the shit. I'm gonna get tired
Well,
of dealing
we
with the
got
shit. I'm gonna get tired of dealing with you.
Yep.
we gotta hold the guy accountable to that too, because he knows he's getting played with at
Oh
that
yeah.
time. He
Some
knows
of
he's
them
getting
don't.
No,
played.
absolutely.
Some of them don't. Some of them
You
don't.
gotta know.
Not
Here's the
not all
thing,
of
Rick.
them.
Right.
All
I
of it.
think
I'm
the
being
percentage of
honest.
people who
If
don't know that
every
they're being
man
played
knew,
with is minuscule.
if every man knew
It's
that they were getting played, there would never be a player.
the whole idea is there's also that level, and this is the whole idea, because we've all been the man in the Hope Springs Eternal column, where
Absolutely.
we found that girl that we have our sights set on,
Right.
and no matter what zone she put us in that didn't have us in her pants, we still had the hope that we could manipulate our way out of that minutia and into the panties.
Which leads us
Exactly.
to the question
Which
that
which
I
to
put
me is which to me kind of put us in scumbag status because that means
right,
we weren't actually your friend.
right,
We were
Well,
never
no, don't no, because this is the whole idea, and I don't agree if you don't disrespect the relationship.
right.
If you stay in your lane through that hope, and you don't try to put your arm around her and grab a little bit too much, or you don't try to rub her and give it the hug from the back and put a little arch in it. If you're just doing your friend shit, but you got
Right.
the hope that one day this thing happens till Luther drops on his knee and put the ring on her finger, then you was like, God damn, I didn't have a chance.
right.
You know, you
Yeah.
could have Hope Springs Eternal as long as you don't fuck around and find out that you just fucked up. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you can be respectful in it, but a lot of times guys get hurt in it.
Exactly.
They
That's the
get
part.
straight butt hurt
You
because
get
they
hurt and
all
then you start acting funny towards her.
Right.
yes,
You start
right,
acting, but that's what I'm saying. Does that make you actually her friend? You don't act funny towards her because she didn't do something that you wanted.
Right, but that was your fault for not being honest. But I'm just saying
Exactly.
but that's
Yeah.
still not the main group of people. That's still that
But
subsection.
this for the guy who got feelings for somebody that wants to get in, right? It's
I'm
not for
saying no, he
just
accepted
regular
the friend
friendship.
zone, but he had in the back of his mind hope springs eternal. So
Oh yeah.
I might be able to one day be with her. So I'm gonna just stay here because one day she might get hurt enough that I'll be the option that she sees is best for her.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I hit that yet.
We don't need to
A lot of
because
people
it
never.
a lot
A
of
lot of
people
dudes never
don't
do.
because they actually understand the relationship of being a good friend.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
they also understand the quote unquote understanding, uh, knowing their worth, because after a while, if you're in that situation and you're looking at it honestly,
Yeah.
you know you need to either, if you decide to stay where you are, you're gonna stay where you are, or you're gonna fucking bounce. Because guess what? It ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen, and you wasting your time.
Right.
Right. Right.
And I've been there. So believe me, I
Yeah.
know.
And see, that's the thing. The problem is when you stick around too long. See, the thing is, you sticking around. Are you sticking around because you're actually her friend? Or are you sticking around with the like you said, living in Hope Springs? And the
Yeah,
problem
Right.
with
with the
that is,
motive.
if you're her
That was a
friend,
hard
her
question
being
for me to answer.
happy with or without you means you're really her friend.
Right.
And a lot of the times, guys like that are not happy when she finds somebody. She's cool with. She's cool. He's cool as long as she keep finding jackasses. But the moment she
Right.
finds somebody that can keep her, that's a problem. Now he got
Right.
to put with her and him. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's why it's like for me, I sat in Hope Springs at one point, but then I had to walk away to truly. I had to walk away from her to truly be her friend. And the reason
Right.
that
Right.
I had to because I had to remove the feelings
Right.
of wanting something more and understand the person who I was actually friends with. Because the thing is, I didn't even know if she was a good friend to me. I
Right.
was just paying attention to the word friendship and not understanding whether or not we were actually friends to each other. I wasn't being a very good friend to her because it was friends with the hope of benefits. So I had to walk away, and then when I came back, we're the best of friends now. And I don't even bother to look at it that way because I had to remove myself. Sometimes you got to remove yourself from
Oh yeah,
situations like that
distance.
to
You
see
definitely need the
who
distance
you are.
to get the perspective.
Who listening to
Yeah.
trap music, right?
Yeah, somebody looking at trap.
Hmm?
It's like, I just keep
Somebody sound like they listening to trap.
Who's in the trap music right
Who's stuck in a trap?
now? My God,
It's Marcy. I
it's
know it's
Marcy.
Marcy.
What the
Marcy,
trap music is?
you stuck in a trap.
Marcy
I'm
like,
not
fuck
stuck in
that.
a
I need some
trap.
hood
I
shit
set trap.
But so Marcy, I mean, I keep referring to you because you're our level of levity in this. You're the balancer in all this. I know it's hard to put it on you, and it's like five guys and you,
Pause.
and you're trying. Stop it,
Wow.
immature. Wow,
Yo,
we're
Said
not
I'm
even
the
there.
youngest one.
it's
So
immature.
I
There you
know,
go, man.
but
There you
what
That's
I'm
why
saying,
y'all happy here.
you the made Grizzly, but black. He hit his face in shame. God damn it. But
I can't even look you in the eyes right now, Rich.
can't look you in the eye, Negro. What are you doing? I had to divorce my wife because she was a Negro lover.
Marcy, you know we love
You
you.
need to be delivered,
But what I'm
son.
saying is that have you ever dealt with that situation besides wheelchair guy?
You wheelchair.
Oh my God,
And you literally pushed him out your life.
Wait, wheelchair, wheelchair guy.
I'm not worthy.
Wait.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh
I
You
my.
made
missed
her
the
tear up a
wheelchair
little
guy.
bit. She had to wipe her tears away from that one. That was a good joke. That was a good one. That
Oh,
was
I
a good
missed
one.
the whole
Her
wheelchair.
mouth
Who's
was
the wheelchair
open.
guy?
See, we love you, Marcy. Marcy, like I ain't sharing shit with y'all ever again. Damn it.
She about to
I
What's
hope
up,
he
register.
ain't
Anthony? I
watching.
hope you still there.
Because I hope he ain't watching, but no.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
he was
No, I
one
never
who
Wow.
I
thought
made
about that.
clear. Who I made clear, we, friends. You're here because the situation that came upon you, but we're friends. And oh my God, he just Didn't see it that way. I would go out with my girlfriends, and he would have a hissy fit. I mean, pout
Wow.
and yeah,
Really?
it got really
Huh?
bad to where I felt guilty about going out.
Wait, she said pout.
Wanted to roll with you.
Yeah, grown man with a
No, no,
pout.
no. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's called bitch
Hold
made.
on.
Damn.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, because he wants something more with her.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I
but I
mean,
made
for me, I mean, it's like the experience that I had recently with that whole, blocking, and
Yep.
that was one of those things where I just felt like it was a situation that was great that was starting to be taken advantage of,
Oh no, it was definitely being taken advantage of.
and it started with you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, it's
Hey,
like
hey, hey! Pause. I ain't take advantage of him.
it was the
I just
opposite
want you.
way
I just
around.
want
It's
y'all
the
to
opposite way.
understand.
It's like
I just want y'all to understand. That
it's like when
This my brother.
when people get something and get comfortable with it, and
Yeah, that's right. Shut up.
and then once they're comfortable, they think they are owed something that they're not.
Oof.
And they almost, and it wasn't even like a romantic situation, but they were talking to me and to Scott like we had some type of romantic connection,
And we didn't
and we didn't
at all.
at all. Wasn't even like that. But the whole idea is the feelings the way they portrayed the whole
Right.
situation was like we was a boo or something, and we
You,
was
you,
like, you know what, you can boo hoo your ass right on out of here because neither one of us looking at you like that.
you got no easy pass here. Sorry,
Right.
she thought y'all was inappropriate.
man. Please.
I no, so it
No,
was
she was
two
trying to get.
singles.
No, she was trying to get over.
Yeah,
Two singles trying to get over, and neither one of us was like, yeah, nah.
yeah.
Get over
Take your monkey ass over to the playground and play on the monkey bars.
For real.
Dance, monkey, dance for your dollar. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just watched I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell the other night. One of my all-time favorite movies. If you ever need a great laugh, watch it. It's so culturally inappropriate now that
Word.
you cannot share it with friends. You have to enjoy it for yourself because the friends will make you feel guilty watching it. That's why I watch it at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's on. I can watch it on demand. But it's one of the funniest fucking movies ever made. And if you get a chance to watch, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. Be ready to laugh. It's
I
an
can
amazing movie.
I cannot believe I've lived enough of life that 75% of what I've experienced is now completely off the table in this society.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah,
They
yeah.
use so
Can't
many inappropriate
can't say
statements,
shit,
and
can't do shit. It's like what can't think
Yep.
shit.
we
Yep.
were listening to a song today
Man.
that I produced in the early 2000s that we could not play ever again in public without us being totally blackballed, uh, scrutinized, and probably black. What is it called now? What do they do?
Oh, you canceled.
Blacklisted.
Canceled.
The
We
cancel
would have got
culture.
canceled. We would have got canceled.
And of course,
Yeah,
I
we got
wanted
canceled.
it for our theme song because
Because
I'm like, you know what? Guess what? This is what we need to do.
yeah, but if we did, it would be
Oh
like
yeah, no, we would have been canceled
yeah,
instantly.
instantly.
I said this 1,000 times before. I am the calmest one in this clique. Okay, y'all wanted to
You're
play.
the calmest one.
We'll play it for you later. We'll play it for you
Oh no,
later.
we'll play it for you.
Oh, and y'all was worried about
Oh,
me.
I produced,
Rich,
but the
Rich,
whole
I forgot
no,
to
see,
say
this is
something
the
to
whole
you, bro.
idea.
What'd you say, Grizzly?
You know that the F
So
bomb.
here recently. Well, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I'll tell him.
You know, like the F bomb was never fuck. There's another F bomb.
Yeah, I understand.
And those are words that were used in hip hop. Those are
Yeah.
words that were used commonly. There are certain other words that were used. I mean, like just culturally inappropriate
Oh, I fucking
anymore.
hear it, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, you
But
will
when you
hear.
hear it, you're gonna go
Fucking hear it.
this, and this is the whole idea. It was one of verbal songs.
Yeah, and he east
Oh,
side
okay.
like everybody else.
Yeah,
So,
it was
I
one
mean,
of
I'm West
verbal
Side,
songs,
yeah,
so
you know,
and we
Okay.
were thinking that it would be
It's a-
very,
it's
very,
an
very
Edison
nice.
house, yo.
But
it's for real.
there are so many off-color references to relate racially diverse sects of our community that it wouldn't be appropriate for us to do it now.
I told y'all off air that No Vaseline is my favorite diss song ever,
Oh yeah, it is.
and there's no way that will pass the day.
Right.
And to this day, 30
Oh
some
my
odd years
God.
later, there is no diss song greater than No Vaseline.
Right.
None. Not
No.
even Ether. And I love
No,
Ether.
not even
No.
either.
Well,
And
either is a strong
That's
second.
true.
yeah, but
Strong
yeah,
second,
still.
definitely, but second. Because
Yeah.
No Vaseline. Woo.
Right.
This is what they think about.
But the problem is when you have enough real facts and information to decimate someone
Right.
on a level that they weren't expecting you to stoop to, because guess
Yeah.
what? You gotta stoop in dissing. You can't
Yeah.
stay above board. You gotta go underground. You gotta get your knees dirty. You gotta get your hands wet. You're gonna do some dirty digging.
How are
Man
you?
said he saw your ass and I went in it quick.
Yo, how are you going to diss somebody and it stand 40 years later, yo?
Yeah.
For real?
How you gonna be singing with Miss Chalet?
Oh my god.
And he ain't care when Jerry Heller died.
Right.
Wow.
He kept on saying that.
All the way through.
Oh man.
Oh, Ice Cube is the goat.
Ice Cube killed
Oh,
the
man.
whole group.
Keep the same
NWA was
energy.
they.
God
We're
damn,
done
I'm
after
glad
that.
y'all
That
said
was it. That was done after that.
You know what their
Yep.
name was after that song came out, right?
Oh,
Negroes
Oh,
Without
100
Answers.
Niggas without
that
answers.
song-
Nigga without
Negroes Without Answers. Because he laid them out. I don't know. I mean, you know, Grizz. I don't say that word anymore. So I mean,
Of course,
I
yeah.
used it. I used it very fluently on a couple songs on that same album, and I go back and listen to that album, and I can't believe that I was using it. That
It took me back, Grizz.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey.
oh.
to
I'm
hear
glad
me
I'm an
say
R&B
something
singer,
like
bro.
This dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad
that
I'm an R&B singer. I wasn't saying all that stuff on my music. I ain't seen none of
you
that
remember
stuff
that
on my
song you sung with 10 Trees?
Uh-oh.
Grizzly
Which one was that?
was out here dissing other
No,
R&B
that wasn't
singers.
you. That wasn't you. That was my boy Moody. I forgot. That was.
No, that wasn't
Remember
me.
my
That
boy
wasn't me.
Moody? Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't me. I ain't really do too many
Yeah,
features.
He
I
was
had
he was the other crooner. He was the other crooner. My boy Moody.
Right.
You remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man,
Huh?
shit.
What was it?
Y'all know we got a
Pass.
dealership named Coons.
Huh?
Nothing. No, no.
What'd you say?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What?
Just keep going.
Oh,
Something
real
came to his
quick.
mind.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I want to say something to Rich. Hey, Rich.
What's happening?
So just for you, if you got $40, I ordered a second bottle of Afnan 9 p.m. If you want it.
I got hands. It's like, just bring it to me and turn your back.
You got $40. Come on, man.
Yeah, if you got, hey, look, bro. If you look online right now,
Yeah. You know what? I want it, man.
all right, it's on its way. So when it get here, I'll let you know.
All right,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That
So I
is
figured-
you don't even have to slather that. You just put it in the appropriate places and them girls gonna find it.
Yeah,
They
bro.
gonna find it.
Only need one girl.
We like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would like for them to search and sniff. Yes, sir.
Did anybody
I need
see?
to
I
sign
can't
up.
remember the name of this movie, but it was a animated. I keep saying cartoon. People kill me. I'm so inappropriate. But what's his name? Kid Cudi
Yes.
produced it.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was really good.
What was the name of the movie?
It was really good. It's
I'm gonna find it.
Outside of the Boondocks, I just can't
It's
find.
okay.
myself watching
No, it's called
cartoons.
Intergalactic. It's called
Intergalactic.
Intergalactic.
yes.
Oh my gosh, this movie! It was a movie. Forget about the fact that they were drawn. You have to watch this movie
And it goes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It goes like a series.
because for
It
me,
goes like a series, but it's a whole movie.
but for me, most people don't realize this. I have a brother who is one of the most prolific comic collectors in the state of Maryland. he has comic collection that rivals some of the biggest comic collectors. And because he would not let me even smell any of those comics, I decided that I didn't care about comics. So I never really got into Marvel, DC, all of that. So that's why I can go to the movies and watch him and don't care if Ryan Coogler got something wrong. I just watch him for the entertainment value.
Shit, I did.
Right,
But
right.
my brother, oh my gosh. And he's not bad. He doesn't just like blast movies. He understands that there's some amount of, poetic license and, cinematic theory that has to be applied to it. But
But
for
that
me
movie,
growing up, after I was about 11, I was done with anything that was a cartoon.
not me. That movie.
That's just me. I mean,
The whole time
I
I
just
watched that movie,
that movie was fire.
it
That movie
was
had nothing to do with the fact that they were cartoons. It had to deal with the
it
script
it was a love story.
and the way that they spoke in that script. Like it was a flawless victory to me for them.
Yeah,
Eric
They
and
that
Texas
should
Love
win
Story.
some Oscars.
hands down, it was definitely
It
good.
it was
When
good.
you think of the name and how they promote the movie, you think it's gonna be like some superhero or somebody gonna get powers at the end of shit. It's not that. It's literally
Yeah.
you could do the same movie with real people.
Yeah.
You could literally do the same movie with real
Don't
people with
don't
no
give them
special effects.
ideas. Don't give them
I'm
ideas
just
because they
saying.
might mess it up.
Nah, just get the same actors.
Because
Because
no,
if you look at the drawings resemble the
Symbol, yeah,
actors.
Cuddy, but Cuddy was the
All of them.
yeah, he did a good job
Ty Dolla
vocally,
Sign,
but I don't know
all
if I
of
want
them.
to see him because of
Shit. Listen,
his face.
listen. That
You know what
movie,
I mean?
that
Because actually, you know who I
was
thought
really
was the
good.
female voice? I thought it was Issa Rae. At first, if you didn't go and look at the cast list,
Yeah,
she
Hmm.
sounded a lot like Issa Rae, and just the energy of that whole video. I mean, Intergalactic was a bomb. I
yeah, it
watched
was a
it
good
and
movie.
I couldn't believe. I'm gonna have to get some popcorn and put it on a big screen and curl up under Sheila and watch it, because she's gonna be surprised that I'm watching a animated picture and at all. I was shocked that I sat through it, but it was like to the point where I could not watch it. It was like really cool.
That's what's up, man.
Marcy said something about the Boondocks. I
And
love
it's
the
all
Boondocks.
about relationships.
I watched
I love the
Beowulf
Boondocks.
too. I like
I'm,
Beowulf.
I love
I might
Beowulf.
have to check that out.
What's that?
See?
I love Beowulf.
I said I might have to check that movie out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's worth the hour and 28 minutes or whatever. It's not long, it's just well written, and it was just done well. Like the animated expressions were on.
Mhm.
The eyebrows was a little much for me. Everybody had big ass eyebrows. I don't know if you picked that out,
Hey
but
man,
that's
I
me.
got some thick ass eyebrows.
I
I
know it
don't
looked
mind
like I
that.
was looking at Rich throughout the movie, even the
Yeah,
women.
listen. That's why he
Off
smiled.
putting, off putting,
That's why he smiled the whole
off
movie. He was like,
putting.
God damn, look at little bro up there.
Wow,
Shit.
But
man.
besides that, it was a really good watch. It was really good. And I don't big up movies like that, but especially not animated because I really don't do that. But that was strong, like the writing. So that's a plug.
Writing is
Cuddy, I want
definitely
my check. I want my check, Cuddy. Come at me.
oh shit.
So
Kanye ain't even right here. I'm gonna check right now. You know what?
was that
Never
Kanye
mind.
in the on the bullet on the billboard? Remember he did the picture of Rage pointing at the billboard? Was that supposed to be Kanye?
I'm not sure.
You gotta go back and look at that.
I'm
That
not
was one
sure.
thing that I picked up. I was like, oh, that was totally wrong. But if I'm right, if that was supposed to be Kanye, that was timely as fuck. So,
But back
but
to the dating, right?
yeah. Well, the movie was about dating, and
Yeah,
that's what
it
it.
was.
And the whole idea was that it was like how one wrong move could cost you love if it's not real love.
Right.
Mm.
And I'm not that doesn't give any of the story away, but that premise was so well done in this thing. That's why it came up in the conversation just now, because we're talking about relationships, outside influences,
Right.
because it had a lot of that where the guys was telling the guys what they should do in relationship, and the girls were telling the girls what they should do in relationships. But it played realistically. It didn't play like a cartoon.
Well,
Right.
well, I got a question for Scott and Van, right? Since you guys are single and y'all out here dating, I just want to know what kind of woman are you looking for?
A left-handed bus driver with good knees.
Gotta be
Why not?
right-handed though.
Um,
I don't trust left-handed people at all. Period.
I don't know where that description came from, but it just
Um,
sounded apropos to me.
I just want to know what kind of
Why
woman
not drive a bus?
are you looking for?
I defer to
Turning
Van.
the wheel, baby.
I defer
Turning
to
that big wheel.
Van
I don't
first.
know.
Go ahead, answer this question, Van.
um, as far as
I
what
need a
you're
beer.
looking for, as I'm getting older, I'm learning to actually not expect anything. I'm
Yeah.
to the point where if it happens and it works out, it happens, and I'm just let it go be a good thing. I'm not going to, let's say, force my perception of what I think something should be,
Mm.
and then it not be what I want it to be. Because I think that's the problem with a lot of people dating now is that you kind of get this perception of what you want versus what you actually need. And sometimes what you need is not really what you're looking for.
Right.
That's usually the case because you're looking for the things that seem to titillate the senses, like the eyes, the smell, the visuals, everything that you can see. And what's good for you has to be good for your heart.
And the soul.
Right. So
Like,
as
I don't
far as
even know
having
what
like
I'm looking
a particular type, like if somebody says, for example, like if somebody says I like them tall or I like them a little thick, or my preference is
That sound like
like red hair, something like that. I've I've completely taken that out of the equation because those are things now that people could change in like a heartbeat. Like somebody could cut their hair tomorrow, they could dye it a different color tomorrow. So as far as that goes, I don't think it would be like set in stone. I have to have this, or else it's not going to be.
Right. Right.
But one thing I learned about a lot of my friends is that there are very few limitations on what they look for in women because, like, it's not a visual aesthetic anymore. It's about the right person. You want them
Right.
to be visually appealing, like Marcy. You don't want them looking like a.
I like a tall red bell.
Sleeve stat.
I
Well,
mean, you
I
don't
don't
want
want to
to.
say ugly
A
because I
sleep
don't like
sack,
the word ugly.
label.
I think
I thought you'd
You just,
appreciate
you
that.
just don't want to look like a booger wolf.
Shout out to us old heads.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you
don't
know
want to look like a booger wolf. That's it.
I think that we tend to barometer where we're going on what we are around, and luckily like all of us, and even you, Grizz,
Mm-hmm.
and Van and Marcy, because I know some of Marcy's friends, we all are around beautiful people.
You don't walk
Right.
into the restaurant and be like, sorry, no pets allowed.
Yeah, right. And three of us are photographers. Well, four, because Van is a very excellent photographer as well. But Van actually sews stuff on women's bodies while they stand there, and that would be a little off-putting for me because I'm afraid that getting too close to a nipple might cause me to drool. But on that aspect, with knitting needles and
Oh, you see one nipple, you see them all, right?
no, because
That,
those
that
That's
two
the
yeah,
nipples
women's
are
well,
like
pretty
perspective.
much, yeah.
no, no,
That's
no,
kind of how it
no.
works with me because when I'm in that mode, and let's say I'm working with a model, and I've been in a situation where I've been at Fashion Week, and there's been 50, maybe 60 completely undressed women in the room. I'm so focused on getting them
What you
dressed and
have to
getting them
do,
out and
right?
getting them back and packing up stuff that them not having anything on is just like it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't even
Register.
phase me.
Right.
And
Right.
when
It's,
you're
well,
I saw
around
some
that
ugly couples
constantly,
out there,
it's like
like a roller
when
coaster.
somebody approaches you and says, like my ex-wife used to do it. Well, would you rather look at her than look at me? It's not even about looking at her. Like I don't know what you mean by that because looking
I'm
at
going
you
to I'm
doesn't
gonna fit her with
tell
clothes.
who you are as a person. I
Right.
mean, you can be completely naked in front of me and be a jerk, and you're
Yeah.
just unattractive from the beginning.
Right.
So just because you look good to me has nothing to do with nothing. And I think that throws a lot of people off that I encounter.
Yeah.
But also there is I'm gonna and I'm honest, if there is that model that is just so statuesque and so beautiful, you can't help but notice their beauty. And the thing is that there's a time and a place for everything. So you may notice, but there's no reaction to it.
Right.
I'm sorry. If I had a chance
Plus, they got to
to
smell too.
dress Iman or to dress Tyra Banks in their heyday when their bodies were banging and I was shooting them, I would notice their beauty and her forehead, but I would notice it.
You
No,
had
no,
to.
their
The
forehead.
forehead.
Both of them.
And I heard she has a
Both of
bad
them.
Yo, but she
attitude.
said
Both
she
of them
ain't
had
use
some
deodorant
domes.
though.
I heard they have
But
their
you
bad
gonna notice her.
attitude.
But you don't know
I don't.
because if you're clean enough and you take care of your body right and you eat the right things, you don't have a strong odor. If you eating onions, garlic,
Where did
paprika,
odor come from?
I
and
don't know.
what is it?
Sweat.
What's the cumin and
Fish.
all of those and fish and all of
How
that
do we get on
heavy
their
smell?
odor from their forehead?
Because he said because he's
Like her forehead
Damn,
got
girl, your
smelled good.
forehead is
even your forehead smell like shit. How you shit from your forehead?
God.
Shitty forehead having.
Oh my
No,
God.
Yeah, crap for brains. Like
got shit for brains.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
But no, Scott.
No, we were talking about the fact that Tyra Banks didn't wear deodorant.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
But
designers
she would
prefer
be
that
good
you
for base.
to not wear deodorant because it could mark
Ruin the
or
Friday.
ruin the
Simone
yep, it
fabric.
can
says
mark or
she
stain the
showers
clothes.
once
Yep.
a week.
Okay.
But you definitely have to be careful.
Mr.
Mr.
He
He
said,
said
"Hold on."
checking in.
B. Simone says she only
What's up?
take a
What's up,
shower
sir?
once a week.
Yeah.
I hope she taking baths between them once a week
Nope.
showers.
She said she only take. She said she don't shower.
Well, you tell B Simone to stay exactly where
Man.
she at home.
I
Because
still love it though.
I don't.
Be
But
so lonely.
it all depends on if she's always in air conditioning and never moving much.
Damn,
Base will find her. Base will find her.
She gotta work out.
That's right up his alley right there.
No, she moved.
Did I tell you? I put that
That's
up there,
his girl right there.
Yeah, she gotta work out. Though.
You can sniff her down, damn it. That's like a bloodhound right there. Just get her.
Mm-mm.
Aside from cleansing, showers just feel good. Why wouldn't you want to take a shower just because they feel good? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
I
especially
have
when you got the shower head to come off. No man.
Sorry, back over there.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
I bought myself a new one. I bought myself a new one a couple months ago,
Uh-oh.
and I had to change it back out. It was so strong. I think I had like
Uh-oh.
it was tearing me up.
Listen,
Her water bill went through the roof.
when
My
I
water
go,
bill- it was like
when I was dating for real, and I would go to a chick house and I saw the like detachable shower, I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right.
I
Like, I ain't sure.
Now,
I'd be like, I ain't sure. Like,
now I know
Feel
what
like
the
I
word
know what's
is.
going on here.
get it how you live, baby. Get it
I
how
get
you
out the
live.
shower. It literally looked like I got beat up because I would have red marks all on my chest and shoulders.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what's up, Lee? What's up, Cupcake? How you doing, Cupcake?
Hilarious.
My girl Mama watching us today. Mr.
What's
He
that?
said, "Smelly, what are you? What are they feeding you? You eating bull pussy?
Whoa.
Where base at? Base, what happened? You was on here, man.
I don't know what happened to Base. He said he was trying to get on, but I don't know.
Couldn't get back.
We straightened out. I'm glad it finally fixed itself because we couldn't fix it.
Right.
Oh man, and we had we had this really funny video that I wanted to show y'all. I'm gonna see if we've been good for a while and stable. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Here we go. We
go.
trying new shit.
This is a live moment.
Let's see if it works.
It's like when a girl's pregnant, like how does she know that the baby's hers? Because like what if her boyfriend like cheated on her with like another woman and now that baby is the other woman's that she's carrying? Like I don't understand how she's gonna know that that's her baby and not the other woman's if the boyfriend's cheated.
What?
What? What? Wait. What?
It's like when a girl's pregnant, like how does she know that the baby's hers? Because like what if her boyfriend like cheated on her with like another woman and now that baby is the other woman's that she's carrying? Like I don't understand how she's gonna know that that's her baby and not the other woman's if the boyfriend's cheated.
What?
She said, "How are you?"
No,
going
I heard
to
what she said. I'm trying to figure out if she washed her feet with her socks on. What? What?
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Explain what she's saying, Jerry. Explain what she's saying, Jerry, because I didn't get it.
He's the type of person.
Let's play it one more time. Listen.
No, do it one more time. Listen what she said.
Hey, he said, I agree.
Okay, let me listen.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's like when a girl's pregnant, like how does she know that the baby's hers? Because like what if her boyfriend like cheated on her with like another woman and now that baby is the other woman's that she's carrying? Like I don't understand how she's gonna know that that's her baby and not the other woman's if the boyfriend's cheated.
I blame
So
ETV.
does she think like his penis is a suction cup? He like sucked the baby from one woman and stuck it in the neck? I mean, what?
No, what she's saying is that
Why
if your
people like
boyfriend
people?
cheated on you, how are you supposed to know that the baby inside of you is yours? Because it could be hers because he was cheating on you.
Okay, so that semen that was meant for her, he put in somebody else, and that was supposed to be her.
Marcy,
No.
You're
You're thinking rationally.
You're trying
Right, she's thinking rationally.
Yeah.
She's a dumbass. Don't do it, because honestly, when you try to make sense out of stupid people, you start becoming one.
What she's saying is, if the boyfriend is cheating, what if the baby that she's carrying belongs to the other woman?
But how could that do? How?
Exactly.
That's exactly what we're saying. That's what we're like. What?
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. She a surrogate.
No.
She a surrogate.
No.
No, that's not how
She's the type of woman that takes her fish for a walk. That's
Somebody said she washed her ass and face with the same rag.
Booty face.
Oh my goodness. And I got one more. Let's see if this one will play. Because this one is good. Nope, it won't play. And we're having a problem with everything tonight. And we had some good content ready for y'all today. I mean, we really did. We did our homework and shit.
Hey, Grizzly, I actually got off the phone like that one time. I told somebody like, yo, let me call you back. I gotta take my fish for the walk. And they was like, all right.
Man.
Oh wow, even our trademark videos aren't playing.
Yeah. Just go tell somebody next time you gotta get on the phone. Look, I got her to get on the phone, I gotta go water my couch.
Maybe the guy stole her egg and inserted it in the side chick and fertilized it.
Oh
Marcy, you see how dumb my answer sounds? She's an idiot. Hey yo. That's Cupcake. That's Maya.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh man,
I hope she's
What
watching
the
this.
hell?
that was
Oh,
hilarious.
We need to
I
find
I'm
that
that
out.
hurt.
and
No, that
She's
because
so stupid. She can't even smoke weed and get high.
Uh, man.
but the other
I want to get
video,
high.
I mean, I can't get it to play, but I mean the other video, it was really cool because what it was talking about was how
What are you-
a significant other or somebody that you actually care about, you should touch them in 8 different ways per day.
Like
what do you
touch him
And
with your
those
hands.
8 different ways of touching them, and it doesn't have to be intimate, it doesn't have to be sexual. You just need to have physical contact with them 8 times a day at least,
I wish.
and it
But how?
builds a
Does it say
bond.
how?
Well,
No,
the
it demonstrated
video
how.
demonstrated how, but it was just light touching, caressing, holding, just some
Being present.
being present with them, and
well,
nothing
believe it
real,
or not,
not like, you could grab whatever the person allows you to grab. That's your significant other. But the whole idea was that
Be content.
it was just so cool that it it says that it changes the whole scope of your relationship by doing it 8 times, at least 8 times a day.
I gotta find me somebody I could do it 8 times a day.
I had a pastor tell me that years ago when me and my first ex-wife, and notice I say first ex-wife, was getting ready to get married. He said always find a reason to touch each other. Like even if you're in the bed sleeping, and you know how sometimes you get hot and you turn one way, she turn the other. Take your hand and put it behind you, put it on her hip, just to
I grab my
let her
wife's
know.
ass.
Yeah.
How's that?
I grab her ass every
Oh, good
night.
man. I snatch and
Yeah.
grab at everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, usually everything gets touched before I go to sleep, and then a couple things get touched while she's sleeping. So
I miss that kind of stuff. I want that kind of stuff. I'm the only one doing the touching the word out here. That's no fun.
Wait.
You ain't the only one.
Oh my God. I thought we just did self love with Grizzly last week.
We're practicing what we learned from the sophisticated grizzly. We're
Oh, I
practicing.
love it. I love it. Oh man.
so are we done?
I don't know. Are we done?
I don't know. Are we done?
Are
I'm
you parking
still
your
here.
car?
Are we still here?
You guys are
Anybody?
still here.
But I think
Okay.
we've pretty much
You've only
exhausted.
touched us 7 ways. You haven't touched us the 8th way yet. We can't
Hey,
be
don't be
done.
Oh,
touching
so
me,
we
bro.
at 7. We got to touch it one more way.
Yeah.
I say, keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me. Keep your hands to yourself.
Don't touch me here. Touch me there.
Hey, Bam,
Wow.
why you moving like that, bro? Like, calm down.
No, I was
Yo,
sitting on my leg. I had to move it.
He said,
Oh, he was sitting on his 3rd leg. He had to move it. That's what he said. I heard it.
Oh
I
wow!
heard it. I heard you, man.
hey, yo, I apologize for my laugh.
Just call me. Just call me kickstand.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are some fools, bro. I love y'all.
I always had so much fun with y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
and I mean, this was a good week. I mean, we didn't start off like we normally do because we were having so many technical difficulties. It was amazing that we even got the show off the ground. I've never experienced that, and Teddy knows we've done
Cheers
his
to
show
y'all.
and came over to he's done his show here, and he's been like, wow, this has been easy.
Yeah.
That's Cupcake.
Remember, I've
That's
had
Maya.
issues here.
That's Maya.
Hey, Cupcake, what's going on?
The internet.
Yeah, remember I used to have issues here with the show crashing and stuff. 'Cause y'all would have to fill in on the show when
Right.
mine was
Right.
crashing. So I've
But
had
this
these
was
issues.
so
You
it wouldn't
Go ahead.
even let it start the show. Like I had to wait for it to allow me to start the show. It was so bad.
know?
So I don't, and I have, and I thought that I was doing something. I thought I had dedicated Wi-Fi just to my one location. The bars were there.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a bars thing, and the computer wasn't overloaded. Well, actually, I think I may have found it because I did do one thing. I did take something off of it because I was using a program to make the video better,
Yeah.
and I just
Somebody wants to
decided to
know if
go
they can
without it.
suggest some topics to add here. Yep, of course you can.
Go ahead, sweetheart. What you want to talk
Yeah,
about?
Absolutely.
yeah. You got a question? We are talking relationships here, Cupcake.
What you want to talk about?
See, that's why I
Well,
can't
was
keep
I
people
don't
in
know
the
if it
friend
was
zone
her.
because my dirty jokes.
Hold up, hold up. How they say it in Kenya? What you want to talk about?
What you want to talk
A boot.
about? A
What you wanna
boot?
talk about?
A boot?
Oh, that's so bad. Y'all bad
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
Baltimore for you.
I was
Y'all hear
gonna
that?
say, with our Baltimore accent, we can't make fun of nobody's shit.
Nope.
Y'all really
Yeah.
can't.
I mean,
I
when
can.
we say shit like
Hold on,
hot dog,
hold on, Marcy. Calm down. Okay, calm down.
Really can't.
Okay.
I mean, when you're from a place that says hot dog and scrimp, we
We
can't
say
make
hot
fun.
dog.
Shrimps,
We say hot
shrimps,
dog, and we say shrimp,
shrimps and rice.
No, no,
Chew,
and
chew,
we say sink.
chew.
no, no.
We say
You,
sink. We say
you,
dog. We say
you say
shrimp.
no. You say dog.
I
No
say.
one, no one
Yeah.
else says
Good.
dog. You do.
I'm from the city.
No, you're not.
I am.
I do not speak like that. I'm sorry. I do not know what you are talking about.
Talking about
Boat.
Boots.
about.
I'm gonna go wash my clothes in the sink. Do you know how long it took me to learn how to say that incorrectly as it is? I was why I couldn't do it.
And to that comment, dog. Like, don't forget, we Geechee. You ever heard Geechee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Geechee?
Oh man,
What's
that's a
Geechee?
look.
that's some
Geechee. That's
I
South
don't
that's
know.
New
Carolina.
Orleans shit. That's New Orleans shit right
That's
Yeah,
there.
that's something. That's where my family from.
Geechee. That's that low country. That's that low country
Yeah,
stuff
I
there.
go down there and I hear them talk. I be like, all right, hold up, brother. Slow down. So, yeah.
Hey, Rich,
It's like
do me a
talking with a
favor.
mouthful of cotton balls.
Do me a favor. Get yourself a New Orleans friend that's straight from the bayou, and
Oh,
a
Ooh, I
friend
love
that's straight from Cuba, and try to interpret that conversation.
it. Yeah. I got a
Yeah,
homeboy
I
from
got two of them,
yeah.
and I got one from Cuba and from the bayou, and a lot of
The
times
only
they
problem,
argue and they don't know what the fuck they talking
only
about to each other.
problem I have with New Orleans people is they want to keep telling me about witches and shit. Like I'm like, all right, calm down.
But
Don't
you
be
know
bitching
what?
about that.
Believe
all
it or
right.
not, voodoo is not actually voodoo. It's voodoo, and it was only
But it's
demonized
not
because it was a
evil.
practice that they didn't understand.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
not
I don't
evil.
want
Because
that
it
in
was
my
a
life.
practice they didn't understand because it didn't look like Christianity. All of a sudden, it was evil. I mean, hell, Buddhism is actually evil in the eyes of Christianity. All
Gotcha.
religion is evil in the eyes of Christianity
Yeah,
to a certain
actually,
point.
do
Hey,
you know
Yeah.
that
I
we
dated
actually bought voodoo from Africa over to
Yeah,
America?
Mm-hmm.
right.
I dated a
Yeah.
witch. So y'all
Yeah.
got
And I
Hey,
learned that watching, I just learned that recently watching a television show. I mean, if you didn't know what I do on my spare time is I watch documentaries. And I just watched a documentary based on food from our culture that was brought over from uh Africa to the mainland. And a lot of things that we did as far as food preparation and everything in Africa was brought over by our ancestors, and that's how a lot of the things below the Mason Dixon line became the meals that we know today.
right.
And it was
Mhm.
crazy. Like
rice.
rice, yeah, rice was
Uh,
not indigenous to America, and they actually ruined thousands and thousands of acres to create rice paddies.
Uh huh.
Everybody know what I know.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we
I
got
just talk to a lot of people. That's all it is.
Hey, look, we got a subtopic from the for the comments.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
let's get back to that.
Marriage and relationship with their
children.
children. But
Mm.
as in with like what do you call it, conjoined family, is that what they call
A
it?
combined family,
Combined
Or is it
family,
like
or is it like
blended, blended,
one
blended
blended
family,
family?
blended
blended family.
blended family? Well, I mean, I cannot really speak on that too much because as you know, and as I mean, good lord, I'm this such a sappy little relationship we have here. um My children and I are all with my wife, so I don't have anything outside of my family. Like I don't have a baby mother or anything. But should you have to be friends cool after they did something foul to you? Um,
Mm.
as
As a
far
as
as
adults,
No, you don't have to. Once my
okay,
son was old enough to talk to his mom on the phone by himself, she didn't need to call me for anything anymore. They could talk on their own. That way they have their own relationship, and I'm not biasing my kid to have a feeling towards the other parent.
and if the other
I
parent,
let them talk on their own.
and I believe the same respect rules matter no matter whether it's a baby mother, baby daddy, or the relationship that you're in. There's a respect that just has to be shown for each person as an individual that
Yeah.
should be maintained at any level of any relationship. It doesn't matter if it's a blended family. That you're
Right.
the baby's mother, if she's not in the household, should have the same amount of respect for you as you should have for her, and there should be no infighting. There should be no problems with it because you should be joining, because that's what blended means. You're coming together. You're making what was
Yeah.
separate a group. It's combining
Right.
things to make it a bigger part of one.
you are
So
very
you
Yep.
welcome.
cannot
And
make
another
you can't make it
right, and another reason why I did that, why I just let my son talk to his mom when I was in other relationships, is so there was no confusion to the person I was involved with. Well, are you still talking with her? Are you still dealing with her? Why this? Why that? I don't have to talk to her anymore because now she's grown enough to talk to him on her own. I don't have to be involved in that. So that takes that question out about feelings for the ex or any of that. If there's not any communication between me and her, then that question is just null and void. It's gone.
But can I ask a question? Because I've not had to experience this, but I mean, I've experienced it in a relationship aspect, but not in a like someone who has birthed a child and we've raised or reared a child together situation. Why is it so hard to maintain a sane relationship with someone who once was close enough to you to have children with? Why does it get to the point where you cannot deal with another adult on a level where you can be respectful? And I mean, is it mostly coming from the vitriol of the relationship falling apart, or is it something that comes from just growing apart and not wanting to deal with each other?
It could be all of those factors, bro. Like honestly, like some like you said, it could be the part of where you're growing apart, and the other person either feels left behind, or the other person is feeling like, well, they don't understand me anymore. And a lot of the times they get caught up in that selfish cycle without thinking about the child. You know what I mean? They're thinking about what's happening with the two of them and how their dynamic isn't working. And a lot of the times the kids' feelings are left out of it because all
Yeah.
you're thinking about is I'm miserable here or I'm this there. And nobody's actually taking the time to communicate properly. If they're talking,
Exactly.
not communicating properly. Because everything when you pissed off at somebody seems like an attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
When y'all angry,
Exactly.
everything seems like an attack. It's not just a conversation like it's and I'm pretty sure everybody here on the panel hates this. Well, I have a problem when you do this, and well, that's only because you did that.
Yeah.
Right.
Tit
Tit
See,
for
for
tat.
tat.
Yep.
Tat
I
It's
can't
yeah.
the tit for
stand that.
tat back and forth. So, like I
so
was saying before, you eliminate that tit for tat, especially
right,
when the kids are involved, to just let that child talk to the other parent by themselves and just
right,
build that relationship with that other adult. So, if that
yeah,
relationship goes sour or goes bad with that other parent, they can't even
yeah,
blame you for that. That's whatever you did to that child that caused that.
yeah.
Okay,
But one thing that I've
hold
learned,
on for a sec. Let's read this
right,
right quick. For an example, a 38-year-old woman not being able to visit their father or mom until the child, who's an adult, talks to the wife or husband before you can come over to their house. I feel like as long as the respect is there, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
A 38-year-old woman not being able to visit their mother or father.
That's just people not being
That's
able to
Yeah.
communicate to each other
yeah.
that
Yeah,
you
and that's
need.
insecurity. There's a lot of insecurity in
Yeah,
something like
there's a
that.
lot of insecurity in that.
To be
Jealousy,
honest with
like
you,
she said.
yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with
But
you.
but but
And like you
it's
said,
not
my
about
brother.
you. Go ahead, Grizzly. I'm sorry.
No, and honestly, like what you were saying, brother. Like as far as you not having to talk to your ex wife anymore, and he can just have a relationship with her. Well, I'm gonna take it a step further. The new woman shouldn't even be asking you questions about that. And the reason that I say that is,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna read. And here's why I say that. If you have those questions, you should not be here. If you're worried about other people already, you shouldn't be here.
Yep.
Because if you know I have a child, you know the child got a mama.
Right.
I didn't hatch him, goddammit. So at some point, a mother was involved. So if you worried about, well, what's y'all relationship like? Okay, I'll give it this much: we're cordial, we're cool. My child has a relationship with him. Well, how often do y'all talk? That's too much. That's not your business. That's not your
Right.
business. So what happens between me, my child, and the child's mother has nothing to do with you. That is not your business. Your business should be us. If you're already worried about what that is, then you can just go that way. Because I'm not going to keep doing this and having to reassure you that this is not what you think it is. This is not something else. I'm not in
Yeah,
the
I
whole.
mean, yeah, because that person is there. So if that person is there, they should. I mean, from that, they should understand. You're serious about them. So
Right.
those questions shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Well, how often do you talk to the wife? I mean, that's you're sitting here right now. So apparently she's not here. She
Right.
and like I said, the word ex-wife should be, and that was the first thing I said. That was the first part of the vernacular was ex-wife. I shouldn't have to explain to you what our conversations are like. That has nothing to do with you. It's not your business. Don't worry about that. And here's the thing: should I choose to share it with you, it's only because I've gotten to the point to where I can trust you with that conversation. But you can't trust everybody with those because everybody don't have the let's say I can't think of the word at the moment, but a lot of people have everybody has some people have this jealousy within them where they feel like you can't have a conversation with somebody else and it not be something different. And you can't always come to, if you have somebody that you can't come to and you tell them, well, me and so and so talked about this, that, and the third. If you can't tell them that I had a conversation with somebody else without it being an issue, it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And another thing is that you can also, I mean, and y'all touching on it so vividly and making it so, adult like that it should just be said that there is no relationship between the other person and the ex.
Mm-mm.
You get what I'm saying? And there
Right.
doesn't
Right.
have to be. The
They're
only
ex
thing
for a
that has
reason.
to be the only thing that has to be there is respect enough to let the father or the mother be father or mother to that child
That's
at
it.
the level in
Right.
which you want them to be father or mother to your child.
Mm-hmm.
And then there has to be the respect to let them be in that house and know that they're taken care of. Because if they're not going to take care of your child the same exact way they're going to take care of their child that
Yeah,
they have together,
that's a problem.
then there's an issue. Everything
Yeah,
has to be equal. If every
yes,
child's eating rice roni, nobody gets Burger King.
that's right.
Yeah. I have
I
a
mean,
quick
unless
story.
there's an allergy or something like that, what I'm saying is that you have to treat that child on the same level right there with every other child in the room and vice
Right.
versa. If their
Yep.
children come over to your house and they're now your care and you're you're giving them kids the same things that they're used to getting on the same level and the same amount of respect, and you shouldn't even know the difference.
Exactly.
Yep.
If
As a
the
matter,
I
hair got
even
braided at one, the hair gets braided at the other. If the boy gets a shape up and number one against the grain with his dad, the boy gets a number one shape up with the grain with his dad mother. There has to be that amount of respect. And if the boy's other son or the husband, the significant other or the ex's other son needs a haircut, there has to be a phone call made. Hey, can I cut his hair? He gets his hair cut number 2 with the grain, no shape up. Okay, that's what
Right.
I'll give him. You can't give him the number 1 with the against the grain, shape up, if that's not what he gets from his mother and father.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So
I've
there
even
has,
seen it to
there
where I've
has to
sat
be
in
that
on some
amount of
custody
respect.
cases. Yeah, I've even sat in it on some custody cases where I've actually seen a judge order that the parents swap houses so that the kids don't have to move around so much.
Mm.
Like it was that deep that the parents were arguing so much. They were like, okay, well, the problem is with y'all, so it's not the kids, so I'm not gonna move the kids around. So y'all will just have to swap houses every 2 months or whatever. I'm not changing their schools. I'm not changing their routine. I'm changing y'all's routine.
Wow.
But that's how it should be, because the only people that it should be inconvenienced are the parents. The kids didn't
they
ask for
decided not to
any
do
of
it.
the other decisions that were made above their pay grade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're being kids. Kids should
Yeah.
not be affected by the fact that there is a love loss between their parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually have a quick story if you guys want me to go into it real quick.
Go ahead. You got story time?
Story time.
Story time.
time.
It's been a while. Story
Story
time.
with Grizz.
All right,
Story
so
time.
there's a lady that I used to date.
Somebody said,
Um,
"What's
What
that?"
if they got
And-
roaches?
Oh,
no,
damn.
no, hell
Well,
no.
then
Who
they
said
shouldn't
that?
even be living there in the first place.
If they got roaches, you gotta treat
I
them
got a
the
story
same.
about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
If they got roaches, you probably got roaches too, because they bring their little bags with the roach
Yeah.
carriers with them.
You gotta leave 2 chips out instead of 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta put them separate so they won't fight.
Yeah.
They be fighting like blood.
Leave the grains on the stove all night.
Come home breaking them
No,
fights. Like, it ain't worth it.
One
So I
chip.
had
What kind of house we living in? One chip.
All right, Grizz, go ahead, Grizz.
so I had this girl that I used to date. And I remember one time her daughter lives out of state with the father. And I remember this conversation she was having with the father, and the father had never met me. So she basically tells him, "I don't give a shit what you think. You're gonna send my daughter down here and this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna have my daughter around somebody that's gonna do something to her." So the father had a great point. I haven't met this man. I have never had a conversation with him. I'm not sending my daughter with you with some strange man. So she came to talk to me. She's like, he's talking about he's not going to send my daughter down here because of the, and I said he has a point. I said, how can you expect him to trust some man he's never met? Well, I date you. But I said, women make bad decisions all the time.
All the time.
I said, I'm gonna be real with you. Women make bad decisions all the time. I said, how about this? If it's okay, let me talk to him. So I called him. Me and him had a conversation over the phone, and he sent her daughter down because I went to him as a man and promised him that I would protect his daughter. Not as good as he is because he's the dad, but I'd put my life on the line to make sure nothing ever happened to that child. And because I had respect enough to call that man to let him know that his daughter would be safe the entire time she was here, he had respect for me and understood that the situation was going to be okay and his baby was going to be safe and I told her, you can't ask that man to just eat every situation that you put yourself into. His daughter's involved in that. She said, well, it's my daughter too. I said, here's the thing. You've dated me for whatever amount of time. How many times have you seen me around children? She said, well, never. I said, so you have no idea how I am around a kid. But you're willing to just trust that your kid's going to be okay with me. The good thing is I'm a man of integrity and I do have children of my own. I said, but what if I was just one of them guys that just, I portrayed a certain way until that child got around me and all of a sudden the wolf came out. But you have no idea that the wolf is there because you've never seen me around a kid. You can't just assume anything. You have to actually have a conversation. We've never even had a conversation about how I am, or what I do around children at all. I said, so he had a right to have a problem with that. He had a right to be skeptical about that. And like I said, and man to man, I had to have that conversation with him so that he would have it, so that he could be more comfortable. I said it wasn't about what you said, because you can say whatever you want. He's probably thinking you digmatized. But as a man, when I have a conversation with him, when we're talking, a man can tell when another man is full of shit.
Yep.
We can tell when another man.
That's true.
And when he talked to me, he realized, oh no, he good. And when she came down here, she had a great time, and I made sure that child was okay up till the day that she went back home to her out of state. And the father called me after that and said, "Man, I want to thank you for making that phone call, because it's not a lot of men that would have done that." I said, because that's what men should do with other men, especially when the kids are involved. When kids are involved, adults should do that with adults. First of all, when the kids are involved, we ain't got to be friends, but we have to be cordial, because I got to trust that you're going to take care of my child the same way, if not close to the same way that I would.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's just a quick story. You know, I had to.
But it's so, and that's amazing, because a lot of people don't understand what it takes to be that kind of a person, that you will be able to talk to him. Because so many times, if you say I'm going to talk to this guy, they going to think that it's going to be something where, yo, why you think I'm not going to take care of your child? You know, you think it's going to be something where you're going to like pound on your chest and become alpha male. And it's like, no.
Everything becomes defensive real fast.
Right. When it doesn't have to be, it can be just simply, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I would love if you would allow your child to come up here and be with her mom, because I really love her mom, and I will take care of your child like I take care of my children.
Yeah,
I will make sure your child is fed, put in a bed, washed, hair done, everything, just like my kid.
Yeah.
You have nothing to worry about from me. You want to FaceTime me and see my face. You want to make sure you know who's going to be in the room with her or the house with her. No problem.
I even offered to drive halfway there to meet him.
Right.
I said, brother, I will drive halfway there to meet you so that we can have a talk face to face. It ain't got to be over the phone, because it's different when you see a man, when you're looking in a man's eyes. It's different when you're looking in his eyes as opposed to talking to him over the phone. And he said, just because I even was willing to do that, because I was definitely willing to do it. He said, because I was willing to do that, he trusted her to come down.
Unless he got color eyes. I can't trust a man with color eyes. They always lying.
Wow. I can't trust a man with perfect knees, because they always telling a bunch of shit. Always talking a bunch of shit.
Like, I would never look Michael Ealy in the eyes and think he's telling me the truth.
Why are you looking another grown man in the eyes? Yeah, but
getting back to what Grizz was saying about having that conversation with the other man, is that also tells you where his mentality is at as far as it goes with you. Like if you tell him that you'll, do this for his kids, do this for his kids, and do this for his kids while they're there, he may even get a little bit defensive and be like, "What, you just think I'm not a good dad?" And you may have to back down a little bit, like, "No, that's not what I'm getting at." Right. So that conversation with the other father a lot of times needs to be had.
Right.
I think that's the fear. People are afraid of being replaced.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing too.
Marcia, you done hit a couple souls with that one.
Yeah.
That's real. Stop trying to show your knees. I'm the one with knees over here, okay?
I'm not showing my knees. Why did y'all focus in? Did you see that? Oh my god.
No, that was good. You made a point. You made a point. Oh, girl. Oh, wow. Girl.
Trying to outdo me on my knees.
Boy, you can't handle these knees.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
I'm gonna do a bass deal.
We're gonna have a knee off in the spring.
A knee off.
A knee off.
I'm just gonna freeze.
Yeah.
No, but
Wow, but
seriously, I think people are afraid of being replaced too. You know,
Yeah.
um, sometimes. So, I've taken in foster children, and there was a girl named Kayla who still calls me mom to this day. But when it was time for her to be placed back into her family, and they were doing the transition thing, so she would kind of visit on weekends, and stay with me during the week. The mother, felt like um, I was replacing her because because but I was new to Kayla.
Mm.
And so when something's new to a child, they're all excited about it and it's fun and it's fresh. What Kayla still loved her mother. We talked about her mother all the time, but Kayla couldn't talk to her mother about her mother. So I think her
right.
mother had a fear that she was being replaced by me, and she wasn't. And I think that's what some of the attitude and discomfort comes in with men too. You know,
But another Go ahead. But I think another part of that is that if you're doing a better job of taking care of their child than they were doing, which put them in that predicament, it's going to
yeah,
cause the child to realize that they are in a better place. That's
yeah,
not your fault. That was their fault for not allowing this child, because circumstances, I know in foster care, it's a lot of different circumstances. They don't have to be bad parents. They just can't be parents at a certain time.
yeah,
Could
yeah.
be
And that was
anything.
that was her situation.
Right.
She wasn't a
Because
bad mother. She wasn't a bad woman. She just couldn't get it together at that time.
right, because
Mhm,
my grandmother raised 30 something foster kids. So I
mhm,
definitely have over 50 cousins,
yeah,
that are not
yeah,
blood cousins, but from the relationships that were built from my grandmother opening the doors of her house from 1964 until 1998, I think.
yeah,
She was fostering all that time. So, um the whole idea is that there were perfectly good parents in perfectly bad situations,
Right.
mhm, yep,
and that didn't make them bad parents. But when they said, "Oh, well, Miss Ruby, she feeds us 3 meals a day. She makes sure our clothes are clean. We come wake up every morning, and our clothes for the
yep.
day are laying on our beds or on our
We
chairs
doing
next to our
trips. We
bed.
do, yeah.
We all have a separate bed to sleep in. We all have our
Mhm.
own night clothes. We all have our own brushes and all." She learned that because sometimes kids come in with lice and you got to take care of them
Yeah,
differently so they can't be sure.
yeah,
But that
It was a
relationship is also going to be different
yeah,
too, right? Like, cause I remember going over like friends' houses as a kid, and their mother would treat me different than they would treat
Hmm.
their kid. It's because the relationship is different.
right,
The
yeah,
relationship is just different.
yeah.
So you think that shit is like, oh, that's where I wanted to be. Then when you get over there and actually is a part of that now for forever, you realize like, oh shit, I want mommy back.
You
Yeah.
know,
right,
Scooter, my son, when I was keeping, I had two foster kids at the same time, Kayla and Aisha. And Scooter, when I was keeping him, I think I was trying to overcompensate because I felt so bad for their situation. The Scooter had to check me, and he was only like 10 at the time. And he was like, Ma, you're doing this, that, and the other for them. Hello, I was still doing
Yeah,
for him, but I was coddling to these two little girls a little
Christmas
bit
in
more.
July. Come on, here's the Christmas tree in
yeah,
July. Let me get you gifts. Let me make
yeah.
you feel at home. And
And
then
then
you
your
like
man's
you
feel
realize
left
that you
out.
didn't buy him any gifts for Christmas in July.
Because
That
I would
kind
take
of
the
thing.
little girls, yeah, yeah, it was
Mani
just
petties, things that you could do with girls that wouldn't
exactly,
be something that, but it would make him feel like, why didn't you take me out and get me a pair of Jordans or
Yeah.
something?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But that's what, just like it says on the screen, it's about that getting the motherly attention, and sometimes
mhm,
that sticks out with kids.
yeah,
I mean, I know my wife did an amazing job. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and she may hit me upside the head about this, but she'll let you know in no uncertain terms she do not like children.
Mm.
She loved raising her two children, but when our house was empty and there were no more children around, she has no love for a bunch of little snot noses. She has no love. She will look at a kid and go, "Yeah, you cute. Go back to your mother." My wife does not play with other people's children. She's like, oh, she might like a baby and have a baby in her arm for 7 minutes, but that's
Mhm.
about it. She does not have that love for kids like some women do, and she's not ashamed to say, "Can them kids just shut up?"
I
I
don't.
feel
I
it though.
don't.
I feel it though, because I love children, but I don't want to date men with young children. I
Right.
don't want
You
to
don't
do.
want
I
to.
don't want
Oh,
to deal with all of that
oh.
mess. Nope.
You don't want to date a man with children?
With young children, they got to be
Damn.
older children. Nope. I don't want to date a man with a 3-year-old or four. I don't want
What's
to
up,
deal
Barbara?
with
Hey, Corey.
and all of that stuff. And I like to get up and go on trips and just be spontaneous and can't do that with little babies and stuff. Nope. I can't date a man with young children.
One of my wife's girlfriends said, "Laugh out loud. He is not lying." My
Mm.
wife. I'm
Is
going
that
through
wrong
that
for
now.
me? Can I date men with young children? Do you think that's wrong?
For
No,
me, no.
No, I mean I don't think it's wrong because that's exactly what you want and what you're looking for.
Hmm.
That's
hey,
not wrong
Barbara.
to stick to a goal and say, hey, that's what I need.
I'm going through that now as an adult, but the difference is I don't give a fuck. And my mother was a good mother, so I don't need a replacement, especially if you're not even old enough to be my mom. Wow. There was a little shade there. I felt the umbrella passing over the head in
Yeah,
the
I can
middle of
feel
the
that shade.
sun.
What?
Yeah, a
That's
little
like
bit. There was some
clouds and
shade
tall
there.
buildings, all kind of shade.
Mm.
And it's hard because as a matter of fact, that's Cupcake. That's Maya.
Right.
And knowing her mom and how wonderful her mom was, I know that with her mom's passing and the family dynamic is shifted, that she didn't need no other mother. Her mother was amazing.
Right.
Hmm.
So it's hard when somebody thinks that they have to replace somebody who can't be replaced.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody know.
Because you ain't you
I
you
speak
better
about
not
my
even
mother.
you better not even try to replace Lorraine LMA Valentine Brown,
I
my
speak about
mother,
my mother
because you can't.
highly. I speak about my mother highly. You better not say a bad word about my mother. I'm swinging.
Hmm.
I
I
can
don't
Man,
talk
I'm at
play.
about
my
my mother
mom's
all I
house right
want,
now.
but you
Yeah.
can't.
I don't even talk bad about her. I might say it in my head a couple of times, but you won't hear it come from these lips.
Right, right,
You will
right.
not hear it come from these lips. Shit. I love my mama.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay,
Well,
it got quiet.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good night. It was rocky start, but we had a really good conversation. I appreciate y'all. Uh,
I gotta put that up there. Hey Barbara, hey, that's my other wife.
uh,
All of my wife's girlfriends are my wives. So
Who is
uh,
this right, ma'am? You're 50 and I'm about to be 39. Pipe down and enjoy your marriage.
Who's that? What's happening right now?
man,
I don't know.
Who's that?
I know.
Oh, that's some inside shit. All right, Scott.
yeah, this is a rocky voyage. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all taking this ride with me. I'm still politicking for. Y'all don't need to give me the keys no more.
Nah, bullshit. Scott,
Bullshit.
you did a good
Bullshit.
job, man.
Yeah, we don't have
Oh,
any.
Bro,
Remember, I had to stop
all
all
right.
that.
man, look,
Yeah,
My bad.
we
like
couldn't even
for
load
real,
our sound effects. We
like
were
for
just
real
trying
though.
to get everybody up on the screen and have this
You weren't paying attention.
conversation. But I think we did a good
No, we
job because
we
I
had a
mean the
Scott,
y'all
Scott
y'all
did a
are
good job.
y'all are a great panel. Y'all great support. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was nice. This was
So
You
I
what?
think that's it. I think we about to wrap it up. We want to tell the people on the screen,
Say sex
well
is the best sex,
sophisticated, tell them where they can
but it
see you.
usually takes.
Well, y'all come on out Wednesday at 8:15. We will be on YouTube, we will be on Twitch, and we will be on Twitter. For those of you that go over to the Sophisticated Grizzly page on Facebook, just click onto the link and it'll send you right over to YouTube.
oh, okay.
Cool. and Marcy will be there. Marcy
Okay.
doesn't run her own podcast. I'm waiting for the Too Tall for You podcast because that's gonna be fire.
My short ass gonna be right there too. Not giving a fuck.
The Look Up I'm Here
Yeah,
podcast. I'm giving you
yeah.
names. I'm giving you names, right?
Uh-huh.
And of course, Van, give them some information. How can they find you? Where can they find you? And why would they want to find you?
You can find me on Facebook as Van Gogh. You can find me on Instagram as Obi Yarn Kenobi. I'm a custom crochet artist located in DC, and the stuff that I make is just it's not your typical like grandmother's crochet stuff. So whatever you have in your mind, just go ahead and get rid of that and think about something else. And that's the kind of stuff that I make.
All
So
right.
yeah.
That's what
I'm looking for a yellow crochet cover up, so I gotta come see you.
I got one already. There's one on my page. If you go to it now and look at it,
Okay.
I might have to make it a little longer for your height, but there's one that I have already.
Okay.
Cool.
Cupcake said you found me in Facebook, IG in my lane.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Well, if you go into the back room, we're going to go in the back stage before we go. But everybody else, we love the input tonight. We loved your energy. Let me tell you one thing. Please come back, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that you laughed a little bit. You had got to put in your 2 cents, and we actually looked at your comments and commented back. We love having guests. So please,
Absolutely.
we're supposed to have a special guest next week. Marcy, I think you should come in studio for that one because
Okay.
that's going to be guns and pearls. So
All
Yeah.
right.
yeah, so we might need you in here. So, but
Okay.
we just want to say thank you, and to the people that's going to stick around for a minute or two, we'll say see you on the other side. Y'all have a good night. This has been the Grown Man Click Podcast. I'm Jerry.
I'm
This is
Scott.
Richie Rich in the building, baby.
Mr. Knees.
Hey.
Have a good night.
Night night.